Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, All People's Island. Start to strengthen burning fruit. Chapter 41. Attribute value is the most core secret. Because this is the most detailed analysis of a person. If it was normal, how could Hujichiu reveal his secret to others? But now, without any hesitation, she directly expanded her attribute panel. This is a woman who can recognize her own situation, is very smart, and has a high degree of cooperation. This made Chen Yang quite satisfied. He is most afraid of meeting the kind of person who thinks too highly of himself and can't tell the situation clearly. At this time, I have to drag myself. She has already reached level 7, this level is definitely not weak. As for attribute values, Chen Yang didn't care much. Because of his self-confidence, no one's attribute value can compare with himself. In the end, it's the items she gets. Zanpakuto, Fame. He was a little surprised, this is the power in the god of death. Hujichiu immediately explained, the Zanpakuto I obtained has the ability to unseal, and it is divided into the first liberation and the second liberation. It's just that the current me can only liberate the first time. Begin to understand, this is her showing her strength to Chen Yang. As the initial solution begins, the sun path pink light appears. At the same time, there are pieces of petals surrounding them, which is very beautiful. Cut. Those petals turned into an arc of light, and cut directly towards the rock in front. Boom. Chen Yang gave his own evaluation. Sure enough, it has the same ability as the Fame Zanpakuto I know. The power is okay, but it's a bit fancy. However, after the initial solution, the level of this weapon has reached B level. This may be the characteristic of Zanpio's 26 knives, I want to write it down. Now that he has met one Zanpakuto, it is hard to guarantee that he will not encounter a second Zanpakuto. Fei's abilities can only be described as average. However, some Zanpakuto are extremely powerful. For example, flowing blade like fire, Zan Yu. However, at least from the current performance, the crescent knife is not comparable to the devil fruit. Oh. This knife is not much worse than the Hanyu sword of Girl Jianru, but Hanyu was once an S rank. Withdrawing his thoughts, Chen Yang nodded. Not bad ability, you can reach level 7 with this weapon, it can be seen that you are very powerful. This is a very sincere compliment. Relying on C-level items, she has reached level 7. This woman is really not easy. Hujichiu thought for a while, finally summoned up his courage, and said. Can I know your level? She dare not say to look at Chen Yang's attribute panel. However, knowing the level can give her a lot of peace of mind. Chen Yang said directly, my current level is level 10. Level 10. After Hujichiu heard it, he was shocked. Although I know that this father, who is number 1 on the ranking list must be better than himself. However, she never expected that the other party was already in double digits. You know, even if you kill a level 7 monster, you will only get 400 to 500 experience points. For him, level 7 monsters are a threat of death. If he is not careful, he will become the opponent's prey. So far, she's been evasive. But the other party. Chen Yang ignored the woman's shock, and did not enjoy the vanity of being admired. He continued, my main ability is Flame Extinguisher. Fire Punch. He punched casually, and immediately blasted a deep hole with a diameter of 40 meters on the ground. Amazing, amazing. Hujichiu happened to like military knowledge a little bit. She knew that the 152 mm large caliber howitzer could blast out potholes with a diameter of only about 35 meters. This man surpassed the power of a large caliber howitzer with a single punch. Right, it's an understatement with a punch. This is the strong one. At this moment, the original despair has dissipated. All that remains is to look forward to it. Yes, I am looking forward to how powerful this outrageous man will be to show off his glory at night. Obviously I was terribly scared at the beginning, but now, I'm eager to see how he kills the ghost pirates. She knew that this was a sense of security. This man was cheated. If it was him, it would be a kind of luck and joy to give everything for him. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but blush a little. Chen Yang smiled, but said very solemnly, I value this time very, very much. Yes, how could he care so much about protecting me? Hujichiu is actually not the kind of woman who loves the brain. However, this kind of joy of being valued by others, especially by people who valued her, still infected her. Chen Yang didn't notice it, and said directly, I will absolutely guarantee your safety. After all, this is the task that the system has announced on the bright side. I hope you absolutely cooperate with me and don't doubt my decision. Hu Jiqiu immediately stood up straight, and said very seriously and obediently. Yes, yes, F.A. Daddy. Lowly voice. Chen Yang. Hey, it's getting dark, go back to your base to eat something, recharge your batteries, your energy is not very good now. I have the magic medicine Juhua Yulu pill, but there is no need to waste it on her. Anyway, she can recover by herself. Hu Jiqiu subconsciously asked. What about you? My base is a bit small, but 2 people should just be squeezed together. Chen Yang shook his head and said, No, I have to think about the strategy first. After all, what I want is not only to protect her, but to do better. The problem now is, I don't know the collective strength of the current 4,444 strings. The initial level has no reference value. Since he has joined the ghost ship camp, he will definitely be enhanced. However, I never believe that he can beat me. Quote, but, in addition to him, there are also ghost pirates to deal with on the ghost ship itself. Miscellaneous fish are not considered, but the ghost captain is at least a class. No, I killed level 8 last time, if the ghost ship has brains, then it should send a more powerful one. Keep waiting, it's too passive. If you stick to it, you won't be talking about a dead end, but you can only complete the guarantee task. So, you must take the initiative. So, Chen Yang went directly to Hu Jiqiu's base. Inside the cave, Hu Jiqiu blushed when he saw Chen Yang approaching. Ah, you're here. Changed your mind. Why did my tone sound a bit expectant? Chen Yang asked. Your spirit has recovered a lot. Well, it's almost at the peak. Do you want? She looked at the water spring beside her. No, you come aboard with me now, immediately. What? Baga, baga. The sun has finally set. Lu Sheng was impatient with the knife. Obviously he is not afraid of the sun. But because he has already boarded the pirate ship, he has to spend a very boring day with this skeleton. I almost couldn't help knocking this skull. Let me find the number 0888, immediately. Lao Su, chop him up immediately. I can't take it anymore, I want to kill someone. Captain Skeleton said. Now is not the time. Idiot. Muramasa took out the demon knife again, and it was directly stuck on the neck of the skeleton captain. I'm going to kill someone. Mr. Lu Sheng Yidao, don't worry, our captain is here in person. He brought you a near S-class item, as well as the specific navigation coordinates of number 0889. Just wait another 2 hours, and he will arrive. When Lu Sheng heard this sentence, anger flashed in his eyes. Baga, another 2 hours. Why didn't you tell me about this at the beginning? Captain Skeleton said. Your Excellency Lu Sheng Yidao, I also just got the news. But, anyway, just wait 2 more hours. When the time comes, the new fleet will arrive. You will have your own fleet, and this island world will let you roam. Lu Sheng Yidao was actually very impatient. However, for the sake of S-rank items, he decided to endure it. You guys can still provide S-rank items. Our great emperor can make you immortal, S-level items, of course. Otherwise, we are not worth your joining, are we? 760. By the way, what level of power is your captain? Captain Skeleton said. For some reason, the captain's level is only level 10. However, his real strength is far above the level. Lu Sheng Yidao became even more interested this time. Oh, just like me. Hey, since there are strong people coming, I'll just wait a little longer. I am a traditional Sakura countryman, and I will give great respect to the strong. Lu Sheng Yidao's mood became better again. S-rank item. Level 10. It seems that my choice is correct. In his mind, the picture of himself leading the fleet and then stepping into the islands of other island owners suddenly appeared. This is simply a dream. Hey, it's the tradition and glory of our cherry blossom country to conquer and plunder other people's land and resources on a sea boat. Hu Jiqiu, at this moment, was stunned. So big. So majestic. The wavebreaker appeared out of thin air, majestic and majestic, under pressure. This is the ghost ship you captured. How does it feel? This ghost ship is different from what I saw. Chen Yong said indifferently. It has been slightly modified, nothing surprising. Come up. We're off now. Hu Jiqiu was pleasantly surprised. You want to take me away from here? That's right. The ghosts came from the island. As long as we are not on the island, we will be safe. At least, tonight is absolutely safe. Thanks. Although these two words are empty, this is her most genuine expression. This man appeared when he was facing death. He is the light of the right path in your life. For this man, myself, I can do anything. Chen Yong shook his head and said. No, it's not escaping. I'm going to go to island 4444 first. Hu Jiqiu's smile froze on the spot. This is a sheep in the mouth of a tiger. Wavebreaker, let's go. Hu Jiqiu was still feeling uneasy. She was in a mess. Obviously you can escape, but you still have to go to island 4444. Although this man gave her an incomparable sense of security. But she still didn't think it was a good decision. But she didn't ask or doubt. There is one thing about her that makes Chen Yong very satisfied. She doesn't talk much, but she is very obedient. The reason why Chen Yong made this decision, of course, has his own considerations. It has been analyzed before. The biggest problem now is the lack of information. If the Ghost Island army that the opponent came to come to is very powerful, then waiting for work on the island and waiting for a rabbit is tantamount to suicide. It's good to take this Hu Jiqiu away from the island. In any case, her life will not be a problem, that is to say, I can at least complete the guarantee task. If it's a big deal, it will directly lose an island. Anyway, this island is very far away from me, and I won't come here anytime soon. That way, the initiative is in my hands. Since the system gave me the chart coordinates of island 4444, his intention is very clear: destroy him. Go and observe the situation on the island first. If you have a chance, do it. Dive. When Chen Yang's order was issued, the hull was directly wrapped with a layer of bubble film. Then, the ship directly began to dive. Hu Jiqiu was shocked when he saw this scene. This ship can also be used as a semi-submarine. Chen Yong said calmly, in this world, nothing is impossible. In about less than an hour, we will be able to reach island 4444. This speed is already very fast. If you swim at full speed at your current speed, the adjacent islands will probably take more than an hour. And this time, it was separated by an island. Of course, the distance between the two sides is not calculated in this way, but the speed of the wavebreaker can still be seen. There was silence for about 20 minutes. Hu Jiqiu was probably not used to this dark environment. She Nuo opened her mouth and asked, may I know your name? Chen Yong didn't open his eyes and said, no. Oh. Even a name, refused to tell it. Chen Yong said, I advise you to also think of a code name for yourself, your own name, birth date and so on, don't reveal it if you can. Yeah, I remember. He is really a cautious man, no wonder he can stand out among so many people. You. Daughter also from Longguo, I used to be a bank employee, how about you? I still don't ask. Chen Yong said lightly. These are meaningless. Instead of thinking about this, it is better to think about how to improve your own strength. Well, I will. There are still more than 30 minutes before arriving at island number 4444. The closer she got to the island, the more impatient she became. So, she still opened the public chat channel. No, 9527. What's going on tonight? Those hairy ghosts don't come out. He is always active in the front line of chatting. Island owner no. 1324. Although my ghost ship has appeared, there is no activity. I really want to destroy it, but it's too far away from me. Number 4545. Is Sister 4447 here? Is she here? Are you okay? I am very concerned and anxious. Hey, 1324. Isn't this the sixth brother? No, 9527. Stop shouting, there is no news now, but it is good news. Maybe, those stupid road deer won't act today. Curious, what level is the sixth brother on the list now? Hu Jiqiu actually wanted to reply to the news. But she was very sensible and suppressed her impulse. Just at this time, a golden light flashed. It's Forever 7 Sauces is now online. No, 0007. Everyone, there is good news and bad news to inform everyone. No. 9527. I want to hear good news, brother 7 sauce. No. 0410. That's right, it's a very good choice to refresh yourself with good news. No. 0007. Tonight, when the ghost mother ship reappeared, I witnessed with my own eyes a mysterious light descending and covering the ghost mother ship. The huge ghost aircraft carrier disappeared afterward. Wow. Good news, absolute news. Kijong is awesome, Kijong is invincible. 0007. There is a fleet that left during the disappearance of the ghost carrier. According to my observation, there are a total of 7 of his ghost ships, and each ghost ship is equipped with 5 to 6 artillery pieces. Everyone. Grass. After Hu Jiqiu saw the news, he immediately looked at Chen Yang. Fa, brother Fa. That fleet, isn't it? Chen Yang nodded and said, well, probably yes. If it wasn't for this situation, the system shouldn't make an exception and ask her to call for help. Sure enough, the task of the system is not that simple. However, Chen Yang is not panicking at all. It doesn't matter, if it doesn't work, we will run away. Judging from the statement on the 7th, this fleet does not have the ability to dive. It's still 13 minutes before arriving at island 4444. They can't keep up with us. At this moment, Hu Jiqiu suddenly exclaimed. There are sea monsters. She saw a gigantic sea monster. In terms of size, it is at least half bigger than the wavebreaker. Chen Yang was very calm and said, it's okay. The current diving depth is only about 100 meters. Don't look at how huge this sea monster is, but that's it. I go out for a while. After speaking, Chen Yang left the wavebreaker directly. Hu Jiqiu was still shocked. He can actually sneak in the sea. But, isn't his ability flame? She still remembers the fire fist when performing for herself. Less than 5 minutes. Chen Yang, back. Looking at the calm Chen Yang, Hu Jiqiu was completely shocked. Already, has it been resolved? Such a huge and terrifying sea monster. Chen Yang said, well, it's just a level 9 monster. It looks huge, but its weaknesses are also very obvious. Why? Hu Jiqiu, really, is it that easy? Too strong. I really want to call him. Dad, arrived. Start diving. Island number 4444. Lu Sheng had already killed the wild monsters on his island with one blow. So far, the strongest monsters on the island are only level 7, so boring. It's just too boring. Killing monsters is really boring. Skeleton, where is the fleet? Captain Skeleton came out and said with a smile. Don't worry, although there is a little problem with the mothership, the fleet has already set off smoothly. There is still about half an hour before we can join us. Lu Sheng burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, my uncle has already seen the appearance of leading the fleet to fill up the islands one by one. The surf breaker is good to dive, done. Chen Yang stood at the forefront of the wave breaker, looking ahead. It's such a coincidence. He happened to see 2 people standing on the ghost ship. Quote, he is Lu Sheng Yidao. About 1.7 meters tall, muscular, with a crazy look on his face. What caught Chen Yang's attention was a knife in his hand. Hu Jiqiu also saw it at this time. She couldn't help asking, is that human traitor, number 444. Did Lu Sheng kill him? Now, there are only 2 people. Are you going to log into the island and kill them both? Surprise. What a big surprise. I really didn't expect that the other party is so empty now. Now, it's 2 on 2. Although his own strength is weak, but the person next to him is fierce. Chen Yang said directly. No, how do you know? Are there any other ghosts on this island? Or, is there a trap here? Hu Jiqiu, this man is so cautious. As expected of you. Chen Yang suddenly grinned and said, exactly, I wanted to find a target too. Seabreaker, artillery ready. Lu Sheng held Muramasa with one sword, and swung the sword directly towards the sea. He slashed down with a sword, and immediately rolled up a huge wave. Ha ha ha, the era of Lu Sheng's sword is here. Okay. His eyes widened, and his whole body froze. Is that your fleet? The ghost captain also found something wrong. Impossible. Boom. With a thunderous sound, artillery wolves bombarded over. Idiot. Lu Sheng exhausted all his strength with one strike, and a strange light came out. He slashed down with a sharp knife, actually splitting the shells of the artillery. What's going on? Why are there ships firing at us? Why am I still imagining the future and killing all directions, only to be bombarded directly? His village is fierce, but the artillery shells that were deployed of Nujiao exploded. Boom. Fortunately, at this critical moment, he directly transformed into a ghost body. The artillery explosion is a purely physical attack. Lu Sheng was extremely embarrassed, and directly yelled at the ghost captain. Fight back, Baga. But the next moment, boom boom boom. The entire ghost ship was directly swallowed by the artillery. Boom. Class B ghost ship, smash. The skull of the skeleton captain was also blown away. But he didn't die. Why is there such a fierce ship in this world? A message flashed through Lu Sheng's mind. #0888 captures a ghost ship. The shelling lasted for a full 20 minutes. The ghost ship has long since been reduced to crumbs. The whole island is smoking. This imagery is so powerful. Hu Jiqiu trembled a little. Is everything all over? Shock. It was so shocking. The entire island was almost flattened. She looked sideways at the man beside her, full of amazement in her heart. We are still in the survival stage, but he has already started the naval battle mode. It's too fierce. Chen Yang pondered for a while, then said. Probably not yet, but it's almost there. Go, come ashore with me. Chen Yang grabbed Hu Jiqiu and carried it directly on his shoulders, and jumped onto the devastated island. Chen Yang said while walking that Lu Sheng was stabbed and survived. Chen Yang saw that he turned into a ghost body and avoided the shell attack. It didn't come as a surprise to me, and he also has final value. Baga, Baga, it's that guy, it must be that guy. It's the island owner of number 888, but why is he here? And, what is he doing? I was thinking of confronting you head on, but you actually bombarded me. Lu Sheng, won't die with a knife. There are still 10 minutes left, and my fleet is about to arrive. At that time, I will be able to kill this Dragon Kingdom boy. Baga, Lu, I am the real king. Chen Yang walked on the ruined island number 4444, nodding secretly. The power of the artillery is really, unexpectedly strong. As expected of the strengthened A-rank wavebreaker. It only took 15 enhancement points to enhance it to A level, which is really profitable. He has strengthened many things, but this one is definitely the king of cost performance. While strengthening the hull, the artillery is also directly strengthened. This power, it seems that if there are enough strengthening points, this warship should be directly strengthened to S rank. The power of an A-rank battleship is already so terrifying. So, with an S-class warship, can I push it flat? It is worth mentioning that Chen Yang gained a certain amount of experience points just after a round of shelling. Although not many, but there are hundreds of points. FA, brother FA, no, daddy FA, that Lu Sheng was stabbed, is he still alive? Has his physique reached this point? My own physique points are 140 points. But she was very sure that in the face of such an attack, she would be wiped out in ashes in the first instant. But, that guy didn't die. Chen Yang said. It's not how tall his physique is. 880 just took a look at it, and after a casual feel, it is probably more than 200. Not worth mentioning, he joined the Ghost Pirates, and he should have obtained a special physique. You have seen movies before, you should know that ordinary weapons are useless against ghosts. Then, where is he then? Will the ghost fleet mentioned by number 0007 come over? Hu Jiqiu began to worry again. If you beat a snake, you will not die but suffer from it. What's more, this is still a ghost poisonous snake. Why don't we look for it separately? Such a big island, and now it is full of potholes. That guy is also a ghost body, it will take a lot of time to find him. Chen Yang still shook his head and said, I didn't come to this island to find him. I just came to see this island, that's all. Hu Jiqiu didn't understand, didn't he come here to find Lu Sheng to kill him? Just let him go. Of course not, you stay a little farther away from me. Oh, farther. It is good. Hu Jiqiu looked at Chen Yang from a distance, and his heart stuck in his throat. What is this for? Sudden, Chen Yang's body began to burn. Flames, followed by black smoke. A terrifying force that almost stopped her heart from beating burst out suddenly. Magma fruit. Meteor volcano. Chen Yang's arms turned into lava. Then, he slammed his fist into the sky. Terrible lava appeared above the sky, forming a terrifying meteor shower. If you look carefully, these meteor showers also carry an extremely terrifying energy star. Seeing this scene, Hu Jiqiu almost knelt down. Such a powerful and terrifying CGFJ man. I really want to take a picture of this scene in front of me. Then let friends in the public chat channel see how vigorous our #1 list is. If the title can be matched with, "My man, he may be a god," that's even better. She pulled back her thoughts and couldn't help thinking. We are all human, why are you so good? Envious. Chen Yang didn't care how shocked Hu Jiqiu was. At this time, he was concentrating on his new moves. Meteor volcano is actually a little different from the move in the original Great Voyage. In this move, he not only used the power of burning the fruit, but also stimulated the true energy of the Dragon Elephant Wisdom skill. After the combination of the two, a special effect unexpectedly erupted. Like a fire cooking oil, it burns blazingly. Sure enough, the fruit of the great navigation world has infinite potential. As long as the development is good enough and the users themselves are strong enough, they will have infinite potential. Boom, boom, boom. The magma boulder, like a meteor, keeps falling. This already messy island number 4444 has already begun to transform into a sea of flames. What? There was a painful roar mixed with anger. Hu Jiqiu looked over immediately. Not far away, the skull that was originally standing with Lu Sheng with a sword, dragging its broken leg, was coming towards this side. Obviously, this is a last-ditch effort. Begin to understand. Bloom, Fame. Pink petals appeared, forming a series of special sword chi. This Zanpakuto has also become 3 swords. She, who had been in shock all along, cheered up right now. Don't try to hinder him. He's so powerful and awesome. But I can't be a bird that can only howl and cry. I, Hu Jiqiu, also have my strength. Fourth of breaking the way, Bai Lei. Immediately, a white electric arc merged with the light blade of her Zanpakuto, and slashed out at the same time. Although Chen Yang is urging the meteor volcano, his mental power is so powerful. Everything around him could not escape his induction. This is the means of attack in the world of death, Ghost Way. Sure enough, she was able to live until now, not just relying on AC rank Zanpakuto. Of course, this woman doesn't necessarily want to hide herself. After all, she even showed her own attributes to herself. Ghost Dao may just be one of her subsidiary skills. Bai Lei teamed up with Fei Mei to unleash impressive power. The superposition of the two directly doubles her attack power. Moreover, whether it's Fei Mei's slash, or the Ghost Way itself has the power to restrain the dead soul. Pity, the basic values of the two sides are still too far apart. Really, Hu Jiqiu's power acted on the Ghost Captain, only slowing him down for about 3 seconds. The hook in the Ghost Pirate's hand condensed a dark shadow. At the same time, there was a terrifying and strange voice that directly charged towards Hu Jiqiu. Hu Jiqiu wanted to run away immediately. But at this moment, she wanted to show her abilities in front of this man. With such a moment of hesitation, danger is approaching. Oops, boom, a meteorite fell, fine. While controlling the meteor volcano, Chen Yang said to her, "You don't need to show anything in front of me, saving your life is the most important thing." Hu Jiqiu listened to Chen Yang's words, but he was actually happy to hear them. Chen Yang didn't care, and continued to fight his own volcanic island plan. Congratulations Chen Yang, you killed the captain of the Ghost Pirate team at level 8, your experience has increased, plus 1877. Time, another 2 minutes have passed. Haven't come out yet. He had just finished speaking when a shadow suddenly crawled out. Idiot, you dragon countryman, I'm going to kill you. Lu Sheng finally couldn't bear the knife anymore. Even if it was a half-ghost limb, he still couldn't bear the horror of the magma meteor. Perhaps, in the next second, he will be crushed to death. So he came out and fought hard. People from the Dragon Kingdom, I know you are number 888. I will use my demon knife to kill you. Boom, a not too huge lava meteor fell. Lu Sheng slashed open with Muramasa. But the second one followed. Then the third. Dang clang. The Muramasa demon sword fell to the ground. As for Lu Sheng's knife, he was already crushed and unable to move. If it wasn't for the special ghost body, he would have been wiped out. At this moment, he only had the last consciousness left. Why? He chose the camp of ghosts and felt that he had gained extraordinary power. He believes that with his current attributes, he can definitely kill this number 0888 across levels. But why I, who has been blessed by ghosts and gods, can't even touch him? Hu Jicho's body shook. When she saw Lu Sheng being pressed down by the thick lava, she finally breathed a sigh of relief. It's over. Her threat came from Lu Sheng's knife. Now, this vicious dog is about to become a dead dog. The threat to himself has been lifted. I don't need to die. She looked at Chen Yang, wishing she could rush over and hug him immediately. She wants to tell Chen Yang that her life, and everything else, is yours. But she saw that Chen Yang's expression didn't relax in the slightest. What's wrong? Isn't it over yet? They've already won, haven't they? Chen Yang looked into the distance and said, no, I can only say that it is only partly completed now. He glanced at the time. It's almost 2100. He asked Hu Jiqiu, are you interested in fighting with me? The end of Lu Sheng's knife, for her, was to remove the death scythe from her neck. The stress lifted and her energy returned. Fight together, of course. What came to her mind immediately? You don't want to move that ghost fleet. Island owner number 0007 said that it is a fleet of 7 pirate ships. Her subconscious reaction was, go crazy. But, calming down a bit, I thought, if it's him, maybe it's okay. Okay, I am willing. As long as you let me do it, I can do anything. I hinted so obvious, you get it. Hu Jiqiu, no way, right now. Go and hang up this dead dog for me. Hu Jiqiu, huh. Gone. Hu Jiqiu complained in his heart, I thought you were going to be romantic before the battle. Unexpectedly, you are using me as a coolie. However, this complaint is just in my heart. Still meticulous in doing things. Although Lu Shengyidao is still alive, he is like a dead dog, unable to move. Even though he has a special physique and has half ghost limbs. However, it is impossible to be immune to damage after being severely injured by the power of the magma fruit. Your strength just now can restrain the ghost. You can use it again to make it impossible for him to recover. Then, hang him up. While executing it, Hu Jiqiu asked, Fatpa, are you trying to use him as bait? But those ghost pirates wouldn't be so loyal, would they? Lu Sheng Yidao is just a human being, a second devil who surrendered. Is his life that important in the eyes of ghosts? Chen Yang replied, this has nothing to do with morality. I'm sure that the one from the ghost ship camp must be in desperate need of Lu Sheng's knife. If it is not urgently needed, how can it be possible to send a fleet directly? It's also thanks to number 0007 sharing information in the chat channel, which made me firm in my judgment. If our previous guess in the chat channel is correct, the ghost ship side is an opposing camp, then Lu Sheng's knife is an extremely important pawn for them. Because Lu Sheng Yidao is the real island owner, if he can gain a firm foothold, the ghost clan can expand. Of course, this is just speculation, and the real reason has not been clarified so far. I don't know the specific reason, but I just need to know the result. Hu Jiqiu looked at Chen Yang and thought in his heart. It turned out that we were just chatting, but he had already thought and analyzed so much. What a horrible man. Strong, careful, far-sighted. This is simply a perfect man. Hu Jiqiu asked again. But, since this is the case, shouldn't we kill him directly? Lu Sheng died with one blow, and these ghosts would have no target. If that's the case, won't I be fine? Chen Yang said. Of course, his head is mine, and I must make up the last knife. Hu Jiqiu was stunned for a moment, and said with a smile, this guy is so hateful, if it were me, I would kill him with my own hands. Fa Daddy used to hold grudges very much, but this man is even more charming. He who repays grievance with virtue is a fool. Chen Yang said indifferently. If you think too much, it has nothing to do with whether he is hateful or not. Chen Yang will not go all the way to punish evil and eradicate adultery just because the other party is a bad person, it's a waste of time. After hearing this, Hu Jiqiu was pleasantly surprised. Could it be? You want to help me take revenge? Even though it's unlikely, I'm still looking forward to it. After all, dreams are still there. At this time, Chen Yang's voice came again. Because he has evil points on him, I will definitely get a reward for killing him, so this is my prey. Hu Jiqiu. Ah, what he said makes sense. Don't worry, at present, my wife only has thoughts about you. After you hang him up, find a place to hide. Is there anything else I need to do? Look for the opportunity to pick up the head. I won't care about the experience points of other miscellaneous soldiers. Hu Jiqiu. Thank you for making an incident. Lu Sheng slashed, and was hung up high at this time. His breath is still there. Chen Yang's eyes first fell on the village handle. Identification technique. Appraisal completed. Sword name Muramasa. Level A. Ability Soul Devourer, Blood Drinker, Transformation. Remark 1. This is a knife born to be evil, and its purpose of existence is to kill. As the killing continues, he will continue to devour his soul, and eventually evolve into an S-level item. Remark 2. This demon sword has been bound by Lu Sheng Yi Dao. If Lu Sheng Yi Dao dies, Muramasa will disappear and look for the next owner. I see. From this point of view, it is very likely that the big boss of the ghost camp came here for this village leader. Although it is an A-level item, it can continue to evolve. Not to mention S-level items, even double SS or even higher levels are possible. However, I don't think a big shot will go to war for an S-level item. 11. Therefore, the power of the weapon itself is not the point. Forget it, don't think about these for now. If you follow the game mode, I have now completed the guarantee task, including Lu Sheng's knife, that is the advanced task. But, if I can destroy this fleet, it will be perfect. This is like the SSS evaluation in the game of breaking through the level. The highest evaluation, of course, has the highest reward. Of course, this fleet itself is rich in experience. I am poor. Chen Yang began to analyze again at this time. However, there is still a very important issue right now. Is it possible to get a few more ghost ships over? He now owns a Remember the Wavebreaker. The A-level artillery is very powerful. If the ghost pirate ship this time is still in the range of B rank, he even feels that it can be wiped out directly with artillery. However, these are precious things. At least so far, he hasn't seen any other places where he can get sea ships. It would be great if you could grab it. That's why he turned the island into a volcanic island and asked Hu Jiqiu to hang Lu Sheng up with a knife. Within the public chat channel. No, 4545. It's almost 21 o'clock, so, baby number 0447, did you survive? No, 9527. Why is he your baby, shameless? However, Lao Su's strength has broken through, and today I'm going to build a pirate ship for fun. #0410 is the boss here. Next time, I will compete with you for the top 3. At this time, the 0331 string began to speak. Everyone, let me tell you a piece of good news. I successfully killed the ghost captain and obtained a pirate ship. No, 9527. I'll go. Didn't you say last time that you don't have ghost pirate ships? No, 0331. He, I lied to you, you little fool. Our number 1 brother, why don't you say a few words? Yes, I don't know if he has sailed to island 4447 to save the beauty as a hero. No, 9527. Stupid, last time you said you have S-level abilities. Hu Jiqiu looked at the public chat and smiled slightly. Not so long ago, she had gone to help in despair. But now, it's different. This number 0331 is not a good thing. How dare you speak ill of my father? This guy, who claims to be an S-level ability user, is simply ridiculous. If he sees my father's terrifying majesty like a god, and the grand occasion of the fireball falling that day, he will probably have to kneel and sing, "Conquer." Sudden, woo woo woo, a heavy and terrifying howl sounded. The sky seems to be getting heavier. Hu Jiqiu's thoughts were immediately interrupted and he left the Gong chat channel. In the distance, Zan Lai appeared. Her spirit is not as good as Chen Yang's, so she can't see the situation in the distance. However, you can also feel this heavy oppressive force. This fleet is so mighty. Chen Yang immediately became excited. Here we come. The wave breaker has been hidden now. If I am not strong enough to fight against this fleet, then I will directly cut Lu Sheng, then take Muramasa and Hujichiyu away, and run away immediately. Then, remotely command the Wavebreaker to smash all these pirate ships to pieces. What I, Chen Yang, cannot get, certainly cannot be left to you ghosts. At this time, of course, you can't talk about martial arts ethics in doing things. The distance was too far, Chen Yang couldn't know what was going on there. However, he saw the ghost soldiers coming soon after. Chen Yang looked at Hujichiyu. Hujichiyu has mastered the way of ghosts, so it's not a problem to avoid the search of ordinary ghost soldiers. Of course, if she is discovered, it's actually nothing, just to help me divert my attention. Chen Yang will never let Hujichiyu get hurt, because she is one of the core elements of the mission. However, he decided to take advantage of Hujichiyu a little. She didn't spend much time with herself. Although I still feel good about her, at least she is not someone I would hate. However, she is obviously not one of my own. If Jianru Wuhuang was here, he would take out the ghost cloak and make her invisible. Of course, then again, if the European Emperor girl were here, he couldn't even imagine how the plot would develop. Ghost minions start the search. The quantity is more than 300. Man, this is huge. It's been a long time since I saw so many people, but it's just right. These ghost soldiers are all experience points. Now, it is on the small volcanic island that I have transformed, as long as the dried pineapple can be taken away directly. Moreover, the experience value of ghost minions is higher than that of monsters of the same level. It can also explode equipment and gain prestige. I feel now that they are not enemies, but a group of treasure boys. Well, there is a new trend. Chen Yang saw that 7 captains had already stabbed Lu Sheng. Right now, Lu Sheng Yidao is bound to Kunjiang, so although they haven't found Kunjiang, they still have to save Lu Sheng Yidao. However, according to my current judgment, these 7 pirate captains are not the highest command. There is one more. Chen Yang began to hesitate now. Should we mobilize our forces immediately and bury the 7 captains and soldiers together, or wait and see? Forget it, these captains are all above level 8, counting the blessings of the camp, they already have a lot of business. How much can you eat? Just as he was about to launch, the pillar of fire sealed these ghost captains, and then filled them with dog-gnawing red lotus to harvest directly. But at this moment, a figure floated slowly out of the largest ghost ship. Yes, it is indeed floating. He has the ability to fly. At least the ability to stay in the air for a short time. He actually opened his mouth to speak. I really didn't expect that an existence like you has already been born among the current island owners. The fire is burning blazingly. Lava, flowing slowly, escapes towards the sea. Let this dark night shine bright red. But at this time, it was snowing. Snowflakes fall and then melt. Chen Yang hid in the dark, watching the ghost floating in the air. Level 10. The pure level doesn't have the slightest pressure on me, and I can even fight back easily. After all, I can easily kill even level 11 sea monsters. However, this is a real intelligent life. His comprehensive strength must not be judged on the surface. The special abilities, special skills, and special props he possesses. This guy is different from other pirate captains. The other captains, under the tattered pirate uniforms, were all skeletons or half skeleton and half rotten flesh. But this guy is a complete human being. It's just that his body surface exudes a faint, depressing light. The big coat that he was wearing outside his body not only looked a bit stinky, but also added a bit of oppression. Moreover, he obviously possesses super advanced intelligence. Identification technique. Identification completed. Race: undead. Name: unknown. Attribute: unknown. Level 10, under suppression by mysterious power. 453, remarks this may be a dangerous existence, with powerful props and weapons on his body, maybe. S rank. The identification was successful, but the information obtained is very limited. However, there are still a few very important points. 1. The actual strength is far greater than the superficial level. 2. Possess powerful equipment. These all confirmed Chen Yang's guess just now. The fish was caught, but this one was a bit fat. The undead general is suspended in the air. This position is not high, just giving people a condescending sense of oppression. But it's not too low. If you want to launch an attack, you must have an impact distance that is against the sky. This time is enough for him to react. It's an old gag. I really didn't expect that it has been less than 10 days since the world was opened, and you have such a terrifying ability. This general is really amazed. You hung up number 4444 just to lure me over, and then kill us all. Will this decision be a bit hasty? As expected, he is still a young man, although he acts strategically, he still seems impulsive and naive. I will take Lu Sheng away with a knife, and I will take away your soul as well. Misunderstanding. This aggressive method doesn't work for me. Okay, my spirit has fluctuated. The attribute value is actually the feedback given by the system after an accurate assessment of the person's physical fitness. For example, Chen Yang strengthens the spirit. In fact, the spirit of the self is strengthened, and the value is also raised. Now that the data is starting to drop, it means that the spirit has been hurt. This is a mental attack on the killing scale, but the more purpose is probably to find. I have to hurry up. After all, he did fish with Hu Jiqiu, but the bait did not cause any trouble. Relationship quest. As for letting her use experience, that is her compensation. However, the appearance of this flying undead was obviously out of control. What this undead said is actually not bad. My plan this time is indeed a bit sloppy. I must pay attention next time. Even if it is the ridicule of the enemy, as long as it is correct, Chen Yang will deeply remember it. The question is, what method should I use to catch them all? The previous plan obviously didn't work. It's not difficult for the captains of the skeleton squads around level 9 on the ground. The previous plan can directly turn them into experience points. However, this stinky general is very difficult to deal with. The point is, he can fly. General Skeleton spoke again. I caught your breath. His big coat fluttered, and he pointed in the direction of the island. That, impressively, was exactly where Hu Jiqiu was hiding. Hu Jiqiu's discovery was within my expectation. Originally, she had the elements of a tool person, but now she has actually successfully attracted firepower. But, I can't let something happen to her. She is my guarantee mission, and she is a real person. Now is not a last resort, and she cannot just die like this. Chen Yang is making the last hesitation. Snowflakes fell one by one, then melted and turned into smoke. Yes, why do I have to wipe them all out? During this period of time, the wind has been going smoothly, and even the heart has become greedy. So always strive for perfection. But, lossless completion is the most important thing, isn't it? Chen Yang immediately issued the order. Seabreaker, direct bombardment. Today, he is already an A-level wave breaker, and can only accept his own mental control at a certain distance. The hull of the wavebreaker has not yet surfaced, but the shells have been fired directly. Boom, boom, 2 shells. The first shot, blow up the ship directly. The first ghost pirate ship was directly blown to pieces. The B-class ship was attacked by the artillery of the A-class wavebreaker, and had no chance at all. Congratulations, dear Chen Yang, you have killed a level 8 ghost pirate, and your experience value has increased, plus 778. There are ghosts lurking inside the pirate ship. Sure enough, it is an old Yinbi. This is an ambush set up to prevent me from stealing the house. The second shell is aimed directly at the island. Not the undead generals, nor the captains of the pirate squads that were heading towards Hu Jiqiu. But, Lu Sheng cut it. The half-ghost body is not omnipotent after all. His essence is still a human being, but possesses some of the characteristics of a ghost. What's more, as long as the artillery is powerful enough, ghosts can also be blasted to pieces. I believe that in addition to the element of village, his identity as a person is also valued by the ghost camp. After all, this undead general said, Lu Sheng Yi Dao, every time he said it, and he could judge his importance from the title. Of course, it doesn't matter if the judgment is wrong, for Chen Yang, he is a dead dog. HMPH, what courage! A layer of white light immediately appeared on the surface of the general of the dead. His body flew fast, directly blocking Lu Sheng's knife. Then, he directly held the cannonball with one hand. Boom! The shell exploded, and the powerful impact quickly turned into a storm, blowing away the surrounding snowflakes. It's really powerful. This relaxed action of blocking shells with one hand appears on a skinny undead in a coat, and the style of painting is still very impactful. Continue to shell. You are physically strong. Sorry, I have enough shells. Wavebreaker, 10 bursts. Boom boom boom. Taking advantage of the shelling, Chen Yang finally took action. He jumped out and started running. The galloping wind. With the blessing of galloping wind, the speed has increased by as much as half. Fujichiyu holds Zanpakudo in one hand, surrounded by pink petals. At the same time, her other finger pointed forward. Fourth of breaking the way, Baile. A white thunder shot out, and she immediately ran back. She knew that the power of Baile could not cause much harm to the captains of these island squads. But this time, she wasn't afraid at all. He will come to my rescue. The effect of Baile didn't even last for 3 seconds. The level 8 pirate captain attacks. There are no other special skills, only charge. However, this kind of direct pressure is far more frightening than other attacks. Right now, under Hu Jicho's feet, a circle of fire appeared out of thin air. Yan Shang Gang, Flame Dragon. Hu Jichiu was ecstatic in his heart. He is here. This ring of fire is used to protect oneself. Without a sound, a sickle appeared quietly but abruptly. The sickle fell, and the 3 skeleton captains of level 8 were directly chopped into 2 pieces. Sharp, strong, really strong. Daddy, how can he be so strong and handsome? Moreover, his attacks are completely different every time he appears on the stage. You thought he was a warrior with fire abilities. He drove the battleship directly to you and played shelling. And now, he took out the incomparably cruel scythe to kill. Just as she was in a trance, a skeleton pirate captain was thrown over. This skeleton captain is already half dead. Fujichiyu shouted loudly, "Thank you, my father. It was my father who asked me to make up the knife. I thought that I could only make up a few miscellaneous fish soldiers, but I didn't expect it to be a boss." For her, this level 8, or even level 9 skeleton pirate captain, is the boss of bosses. Make up. Congratulations to Fujichiyu. You successfully killed the captain of the ghost pirate team at level 9, your experience has increased, plus 1888. It's a lot of money. Is this the high-level experience value? She had just finished making up, and Chen Yang was already stepping on the flames. Walk. Without saying a word, he directly resisted on his shoulders. Fujichiyu. Gen 2.6 is a rude man. At this moment, Fujichiyu has only one thought. Father, my mother is following you. The shelling, it's over. It's not that Chen Yang is kind, but the current wavebreaker can only fire so many guns at a time. More, just wait for, cooling. But, enough is enough. The angry voice of the undead general came. You're finally out. He has known for a long time that it is impossible for this female human being to accomplish all these feats. He has also been waiting for Chen Yang to show up. It's really good. Actually, under the nose of this general, he attacked and killed the captains of the fleet. But have you ever thought that they are the bait used by this general to lure you out? Really, Laozi is fishing, and this old Yinbi is also fishing. Chen Yang glanced at him and shouted, "Fire Dragon Fist." The fire fist erupted, and instantly merged into the true energy of the Dragon Elephant Wisdom Kung Fu. Boom! A fire dragon rammed directly towards the undead general with an incomparably terrifying momentum. The undead general's coat and cloak unfolded, showing a smile. My cloak is A-level defensive equipment. But, the next moment he froze. Because the roar of the Death Eagle has already sounded. Lu Sheng cut it. Gunshots. Exploding blood is better than bursting watermelons. For ordinary people, this is definitely a terrifying scene. But, for the undead general, it is a shame. Hit east and west. The simpler the routine, the more effective it is sometimes. Congratulations Chen Yang, you successfully killed No. 4444 red-named island owner Lu Sheng with a knife, and your experience value has increased, plus 1500. Red-named island master, that's it. Congratulations Chen Yang, you have won the reputation reward, plus 100. Prestige value, directly increased by 100. You are currently in danger, please get out of danger. This means, after I survive safely, you will send me other rewards, right? Chen Yang carried Fujichiyu on his shoulders, and the Death Eagle twirled between his fingers. Ridicule. The undead general's coat was fluttering, trembling with anger. The other party seems to be telling himself, "Little trash, you are defeated. You can't escape." He saw the human man, carrying the woman, heading directly towards the battleship. "How could it be possible for you to escape? The fleet has begun to surround it. The vast sea, where can you go?" Chen Yong originally possessed the ability of Sky Dragon magic, able to fly for a short time. However, he didn't fly up, but ran quickly floating on the water with light work, ready to board the wavebreaker. Hu Jiqiu suddenly issued a warning. "Daddy Fa, he's chasing you." She saw the zombie man, drifting fast. Chen Yong said, "Are you ready?" "What?" Before she could react, Chen Yong threw it away. "Let's go." Hu Jiqiu drew an arc in the air and then, boom, Hu Jiqiu hit 26 on the deck. Ahem, he's so rude. However, it is so handsome to act like flowing water. Chen Yong returned to island 4444. He stared hard, and huge waves splashed directly on the sea surface. This sudden return made the undead general stunned. What does this kid want? Is it the youthful spirit of human beings that makes him not want to admit defeat and want to fight with me? Still is. What kind of tricks are you playing? Chen Yong charged forward obliquely, his eyes were sharp and firm. Fire Dragon Fist. Chen Yang's right hand was immediately wrapped in flames. The flames kept shaking with his movements, and it was really like a fire dragon roaring in the dark night sky. The undead general felt challenged. He waved his hand, letting the black coat and cloak move with the wind. Court death. His pale face was already illuminated by the fire. Quick, Chen Yang's speed is too fast. Even he had to be praised. A strange light flashed in his eyes. You have already reached level 10. You should be the first island owner at level 10. Today, this general will kill you here. He held it in the air, and a pale white bone, Western style, sword appeared in his hand. In an instant, it was enveloped in white light, with a gloomy air, accompanied by the cries of evil ghosts. Nothing fancy. The two face each other head-on. Chen Yong was bombarded and flew upside down, falling towards the sea. However, he didn't lose consciousness, and he wasn't even injured. Taking advantage of the effort of flying backwards, he is still summing up. Chen Yong. His attack is very powerful. It seems to be a simple and unpretentious slash with a big sword, but in fact, when he casts the big sword, he already has the attacking spirit of the roar of the dead. Among them, there is also corpse poison, dust, which is integrated into the pale light curtain. This is simply a blow without martial ethics. The undead are indeed old Yinbi. However, this unpretentious skill is very worth learning for me. My dragon elephant prajna kung fu is the movement of true energy. Theoretically it can burst out the sound of dragon chant. Coupled with the dragon blood on my body, it can fully realize the effect of long way in many novels. As for the poison, actually, I do too. The whisper of the Avenger itself has a highly poisonous effect. In addition, when I was hunting deep-sea fish, I also extracted highly poisonous poison sacs, venom. Good idea. However, this guy's strength is so strong, and I didn't suffer from the one blow just now. Trademark. Although Chen Yong is only level 10 now. However, level 11 deep-sea predators are not enough to stand in front of him, and their strength can be completely crushed by him. Then, it means that this guy's real level may be at level 12, 13, or even higher. If you're unlucky, maybe this was originally a level 15 boss. However, he didn't burst out with a force that I couldn't bear, which shows that he was severely suppressed. It is impossible for the other party to have the slutty spirit of fighting with the same strength because I admire you. After all, after using so many insidious means, how about appreciation? If he can only display such strength, then I can beat him. The Fire Dragon Fist is just one of his many abilities, and it can be regarded as a relatively easy move. But definitely not the strongest move. However, if I want to kill him, I'm afraid it will be difficult. Assuming that he has really reached level 15, then although his strength cannot be unleashed. However, the strength of the physique must be there. It is very difficult to beat him to death. Since it can't be killed, it seems that it can only run away. Anyway, this time I earned enough. At most, it is impossible to get a perfect evaluation. Wait, Chen Yong looked up from childhood, and happened to see a scene. The white light enveloping the undead general rippled like water waves. Of course, this is only a matter of a moment. By the way, his white light. This white light can be understood as a seal, or a protective film. The white light suppressed his strength. So why suppress it? Because, if an existence of his level loses the white light protection, he will be targeted. You can try it. Plop. Chen Yang fell into the sea. Gululu. Gululu. The undead general did not hesitate, and immediately swooped down. How can this human's physical fitness be so terrible? Did he get the treasure in the direction of body strengthening? The AP I just used, even if it is normal, even 5, or even 10 level 10 humans, are like leaks, beheaded together. But that guy, unexpectedly, was not injured. The value of this guy is even higher than Liu Sheng. Now he directly smashed Liu Sheng in front of me. Well, just take him back. Puff. This kid is holding the power in the direction of the flame, so it won't work in the water. Gululu. He also went into the water. Gone. When he was still surprised, Chen Yang appeared directly. Chen Yang thought, I got you. With Dragon Ball, he is also the Dragon King in the water. The blade of the killing scythe directly stuck the head of the undead general. It's so hard, it can't be cut at all. However, Chen Yang never thought that this sneak attack could kill him. After all, this is very likely to be a powerful existence of level 15. Dragon Elephant Wisdom Skill, Fire Fist. He's in the water, a reverse bombardment punch. This punch exploded, directly forming a shock wave. The undead general who was hooked by the neck was furious. Hateful. He clasped the sickle blade of the slaughtering scythe with one hand, and it was about to explode. But at this moment, Chen Yang grinned, and threw a dagger with his other hand. Okay, that is. His strong instinct made him feel the danger. But, it's too late. Chen Yang restricted his movement with the slaughtering scythe, and created thrust with the fire dragon fist. Just to slow down his actions. The undead general roared, I have a ghost guardian light. However, the dagger still pierced directly into his left pupil. Avenger's whispering attribute, breaking defense. This is an S-rank weapon. Would have something like this. Chen Yang said in his heart. Did my Uhuang pick it up, or was it sent by your miscellaneous soldiers? Isn't it a surprise? Starting from the skull of the undead general, a layer of solid ice spreads directly. From the head, to the neck, to the whole body, completely frozen, it only took 13 seconds. 583 is terrible. The effect was so good that even the owner, Chen Yang, was shocked. God help me too. He knew that it was impossible to freeze this undead general who looked like a zombie for a long time. However, since the defense has been broken, that is enough. Chen Yang was so swift that he dragged him directly to the island. Here, it is already a small volcano, with a lot of magma. Here, is his real home court of Chen Yang. It's cold, isn't it? I will unfreeze you. The dog gnaws the red lotus. Chen Yang's arm began to melt. However, instead of turning into a dog, it turned into a dragon head. The crimson faucet bit the undead general fiercely, and pressed him into the magma pool. Gudong, gudong, gudong. The hot magma is bubbling. First of all, a hole was directly burned through the black coat cloak. Then, the magma poured directly into his head along the eye socket wound caused by the whisper of the Avengers. And that ray of white light was also torn apart. Suddenly, Chen Yang felt huge pressure. This pressure does not come from this undead general, but from the top of his head. Almost there, flash, he retracted the Avenger whisper and returned to the wavebreaker at full speed. The darkness of the night was torn apart by a flash of lightning. There was no loud noise, but the arc fell almost vertically like a python. Chen Yang murmured, that's right there. It's your own magma pit. It seems that what I thought was indeed correct. This undead general is actually an existence that is not allowed by the rules. That ray of white light is not only a seal, but also a barrier for him to move freely. Fortunately, I have an S-rank dagger and tore his barrier protective film. So, he was wiped out. In this battle, I finally won. Sudden. Dear Chen Yang, you have successfully killed the level 16 general of the ghost camp, and your experience value has increased. This is level 16. Level 16. Seeing the system's experience reminder, Chen Yang's heart was still trembling. I have speculated that this undead general is definitely not simple. I never thought that his real level is actually level 16. Oh shit, this level is really unbelievable. So far, the most powerful one I have killed is level 11. However, this battle can also be seen to a certain extent how powerful my real combat power is now. To be blunt, the island owner who is also level 10 can basically instantly kill him in front of me. But that's not the point. Check out the experience points. The improved experience value is actually rolling continuously. Even Chen Yang can't help but look forward to it. It feels like playing a slot machine. Finally, the number stopped. Your experience value increase, plus 6,500. Plop. This is Chen Yang's heartbeat. This is the most experience value he has gained so far. I earned it, I earned it, I earned it. You must know that with his current strength, he may be able to grind this undead general to death. But it's not easy. Relying on the opponent's powerful and special physique, as well as his equipment, and those undisclosed attack methods, this is definitely a long and dangerous process. Strictly speaking, I didn't actually kill him, but the experience points still fell on me. Cool, really, really cool. Respected Chen Yang, as the first one to kill an existence above level 15, he has obtained double experience reward. You have obtained a reputation reward, 30. Chen Yang almost laughed from ear to ear. My god, sure enough, after doubling this experience, that is, 13,000 points. A total of 13,000. I'm already a millionaire. What a surprise. It almost didn't ease up in one breath. As for the 30 reputation points, he ignored them first. After all, experience points can directly become stronger. However, the usefulness of reputation points has not yet been revealed. People are always used to seeing what is in front of them. Chen Yang fell into ecstasy. This is simply a waste of experience points. If I do it myself, it will take a lot of effort. Hu Jiqiu was completely shocked. Just now, what happened? What? Heaven, heavenly tribulation. This is a catastrophe that only appears in novels, right? This is the island world, right? So, Daddy, you are actually a second-generation fairy. Chen Yang finally recovered from this surprise. Phew, it's over. It's a perfect ending, right? Hu Jiqiu was safe and sound. That is to directly complete the guarantee task, entrustment of no. 4,447 inches. Then, he also killed Lu Sheng, a camp defector. This is already over-fulfilling the task. In the end, he also killed the level 16 undead general. Although, it is using the rules, not relying on its own real strength to kill. However, without him, breaking the restriction of that ray of white light, the punishment of the rules will not fall. Therefore, this undead general was killed by him, and there is nothing wrong with it. He finally completed the task perfectly. If there is an evaluation, he can be evaluated as $SS level. Daddy FA, look over there. Chen Yang turned his head to look, and found that the remaining 6 undead warships started to flee in all directions. It should be that undead general gave the order at the last moment. This guy is really, really powerful. Even at the moment of death, he calmly gave the order. Chen Yang actually wanted to take all these ships down. Since this is an island world, having a ship will have infinite convenience and advantages. In particular, he also has the ability to strengthen, which can upgrade this battleship. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as the best of both worlds in this world. In contrast, this undead general, the regiment is different. However, although we can't take all of them, it's still very easy to catch up with one. The wavebreaker has a locking function, directly locking the last ship. Hu Jiqiu, you wait for me on the wavebreaker. Chen Yang turned back again and went to island 4444. This island, having experienced a round of bombardment, Chen Yang's meteor volcano, and the God's punishment attack, has long been devastated. Even, the surrounding sea water has begun to pour in. He reached the deepest part of the pit. The corpse, it really has been wiped out. But, the big black coat and cloak are still there, although a little damaged. In addition, the white bone sword is also there. Other than that, there are some loose ends. Hey, what is this? He saw a domino like white jade. This thing is obviously very special. To be able to survive under such terrifying power just now, this is a very top-grade treasure. Take them back first. By the way, don't forget about those captains you killed earlier. Anyway, as the level increases, the item bar is large enough. After Chen Yang collected them, he returned to the wavebreaker again. He saw Hu Jiqiu looking at him with strange eyes. Hu Jiqiu. He is really strong, cautious, careful. In her mind, all the simple and most direct words of admiration appeared. No way, this man really gave her too many surprises. From waiting to die, to now, she has almost did nothing. She just enjoys the final victory. Everything is because of this man. Before time travel, Hu Jiqiu was a typical, strong woman. She never felt that a woman needs to rely on a man in order to be successful. But now, she understands one thing. Women don't need mediocre men, but they will still be moved by a real strong man. She wanted to say something to express her excitement at this moment. However, the current Chen Yang is too powerful. For a moment, she didn't know what to say. Chen Yang, what kind of eyes does this woman have? Looking down on me and turning around to pick up trash. Forget it, since she usually doesn't talk much and obeys orders, don't bother with her. My task has actually been completed. However, I remember that the content of the task is to spend 24 hours with this woman. If I remember correctly, when I received the private message, it was 16:31 on the 6th day, but when it was sent to the island, it should be 17:02. Most of the time, I have to wait until 17:20 before being sent back. The current time is day 6:23:55, 8 hours 33 minutes and 33 seconds. It's still early, and there's still a lot to do. Seabreaker, full speed ahead. A chase begins. Chen Yang's wavebreaker is A rank, and the target he locked on is only B level. There is a speed gap, catching up is a matter of certainty. According to the speed difference, after about 17 minutes, we will be able to catch up with the opponent. There are still 17 minutes left, so let's briefly review it first. First of all, it is my strategic layout. The undead general is right. My idea is good, but it's still too immature. For example, the layout of Hu Jiqiu's bait has many loopholes. This should be recorded. In addition, what you have learned from that undead general must be written down, and you should try it out. The long-way combat method is poisonous, and it is a set of very simple and unpretentious starting moves. In battle, it works wonders against strikers. And then, this time spoils. These include Muramasa Demon Sword Unbound, Bone Great Sword, King's Cloak, Mysterious Bone Jade Plaque. Overall, it's already profitable. And when the mission is really over, there should be mission rewards. Chen Yang couldn't help feeling. From this point of view, tasks are the fastest way to get rid of yourself. However, the task is not so easy to trigger. And doing the task is obviously very dangerous. Properties panel. Island owner. Chen Yang. Number. District A 1,886,887, 8,884,447. Talent Unique Hidden, SSS Level, Infinite Enhancement 3. Level 10, 20,385,500. Power, 576. Physical, 588. Agility, 756. Spirit, 688. Energy Durable 1000. Reputation 163. Survival Coin 10. Bloodline Thin Dragon Blood. Exclusive items Magma Fruit S Dragon Ball S Scythe of Slaughter. Click to expand. Dragon Elephant Wisdom A. Pet Mayodan Lava Sea Turtle A level Blood level 4. Sure enough, now my eyes can only stay on the experience value, and I can't open it at all. Because the current experience value is really too much. More than 20,000 points. That is to say, I now have 200 reinforcement points. It's time to further strengthen your abilities and items. However, it needs to be carefully planned. Although I already have a fortune, the enhancement points are consumed very quickly. Chen Yang was meditating, but the time came quietly, midnight on the 7th day. Announcement. Island owner 0888 has successfully killed Lu Sheng, the owner of Island 4444. Announcement. Because the island owner number 0888 is the first to complete the task of killing the red-named island owner, he will get an extra 50 reputation points and an item reward. After this announcement fell, the public chat channel that had been in a short-lived silence instantly boiled up. No. 9527. Holy shit, Lu Sheng was hacked by FAJ. No. 4545. Oh my god, it's really cooked. I just vaguely heard bursts of terrible thunder. Could it be Brother FA, who made it? Island owner no. 1024. So, number 4447 is still alive. No, it should be said that he is safe and sound. No. 0007. Number 0888, the ship you seized was able to sail to Island no. 4447. In an instant, the entire chat channel exploded. No. 0331. I don't believe it, number 4447 doesn't speak, I don't accept it. How could this guy leave the island and go to a distant place to kill that Lu Sheng? 0331 mood swings a lot. She spoke continuously. No, I am not even willing to accept this result. Unless it's speech 4447. Everyone knew it was true, and of course she knew it too. No one would take number 0331 for a real idiot. Oh, number 9527 should be an exception. No. 9527. Shabi, what do you care about? No. 0331. Shabi, I'm talking, and I don't care about your business, can't you be a little gentleman? No. 9527. Except for games I play gentlemanly, other times I don't care about these two words, thank you. Wait, you mean, you're a girl too? Think about it, let's make a dog and boy combination, my energy is too strong. No. 0331. Get out. The system has already announced that Lu Sheng was beheaded, so it should be fine for me to speak in the group. No. 4447. Everyone, I survived. Thank you everyone. Among the people who are alive now, there must be some people with ulterior motives, and in the future, there may be betrayal and degenerates. However, at least yesterday, she felt the concern of her comrades in arms. No. 9527. Woohoo, surprise Miss Sister. No. 0331. So, the color embryo number 0888 is really because you were a big wave sailing to your place. Hu Jiqiu was alert. Although she is joking, she actually wants to get news from me. No. 4447. Number 0331. I am not a waste, thank you. Quote. As for the body, I am very confident. Although this woman has given me blessings, she can't be allowed to continue blackmailing our family. No. 4447. You are also a female island owner. You should be a girl from the West. Judging by your sister's tone, you should like to dance on the waves of 053, right? No. 9527. Hey, I feel like I'm driving, but I can't read it. No. 1024. Stupid, big and sloppy, get it? No. 0386. Wow, I like this kind of women the most. Our Brahmin country likes this type. Besides, we're not far away. No. 0410. Hey, I seem to be impressed by this person's number. No. 0331. You lizard boy is a pervert, you are already on my must-kill list. Lizard man. Most people remember it. Isn't this the werewolf who said he wanted to have a super-friendly relationship with the lizard? You fool is still alive. Number 0007. Number 0888, can you share it? No. 0386. Wow, what's the point of playing with lizards? It's very normal in our country to play with cows. Very normal. Geneva. Suddenly, Chen Yang's exclamation pulled Hu Jiqiu out of the chat. Catch up. Hu Jiqiu blushed. Beside him, I slack off. He is chasing ghost ships here, but I am chatting about water skirts here. Daddy, what do you need me to do? Chen Yang said directly. Stay here. After finishing speaking, Chen Yang left the wave breaker and chased after the opposing pirate warship alone. Hu Jiqiu looked at his back and understood what he meant. Don't go, you are already surrounded by me. He is so round. As for me, there is nothing I can do except wait here. Hu Jiqiu silently thought. He is afraid that I will become a burden. Chen Yang. While on the island, giving her an 8th level pirate squad captain is more than enough to make up for using her actions. The next experience can't be given to her. After all, she is not Jianru. The reason why Chen Yang is willing to become teammates with Jianru so quickly is because Jianru is smart but simple. But although Hu Jiqiu has a very good attitude towards herself, she has her own purpose. In Chen Yang's heart, contact with such a person once or twice is not enough to make him completely trust him. A task is a task, and love is love. What's more, our relationship is not too deep. Of course, he saw Hu Jiqiu's attempt for himself. He is not a really straight man, and he can basically understand Hu Jiqiu's occasional hints. However, at this stage, Chen Yang absolutely does not want to pursue that kind of thing. What good is there in doing that kind of thing? Just for a brief moment of spiritual peak. What's the difference between drinking coffee and smoking? It was quite comfortable at the time, but what happened? After that moment, it is the period of weakness and the most dangerous time for oneself. In such a world, you must never put yourself in danger. Otherwise, it is irresponsible to oneself. Gathering his thoughts, Chen Yang rushed directly into the pirate ship. This pirate ship is mine. Nowadays, destroying a pirate ship is really easy for him. However, Chen Yang still used the most serious attitude and the fastest speed to eliminate these pirate soldiers in an instant. Dear Chen Yang, your experience value has increased, plus 887. So, he seized a pirate ship again with great advantage. Now I own 4 islands and 2 sea ships. It's only 037, which is very early. Chen Yang counted the spoils again and returned to the wavebreaker. When Hu Jiqiu saw Chen Yang coming up, he paused. Daddy, is it over? Chen Yang exhaled and said. Well, the target has been solved by me. As for the other pirates, they can't catch up yet. That's not something I should think about. There has just been a big battle nearby, and there will be no large sea monsters in a short time. So, we can rest on board for a while. Although it is a battleship, it still has lounges and even beds. Chen Yang has to praise again, this reinforced hull is really too cost-effective. Only those few strengthening points. When Hu Jiqiu heard this, he immediately lowered his head and asked weakly. Need hot water. Chen Yang said. I can take a bath by myself, you can sleep in yours. No need, you stay in the room and don't come out. Hu Jiqiu. Before she could react, Chen Yang had already returned to the room. Hu Jiqiu. He is really cruel, he is the male god in my heart. Close the door. Chen Yang opened the public channel first. On the one hand, he wanted to see if there was any important news in the public channel. After all, Big Boss 7 Sauce and Big Boss number 410 are people who like selfless dedication and will provide some important news. There are also other students who tell interesting news from time to time. On the other hand, the system actually made an announcement about killing Liu Shang. He also wanted to see if this would have a chain reaction. It's just that when he opened the first message, he saw. No, 0331. Gentlemen, you are all alone, but number 0888, now there are 2 young ladies. Among them, there is another big wave, Geneva, can you bear it? This time, it was rare that number 9527 did not sing against her. No, 9527. Geneva, I want young ladies, I want big waves. Geneva, I want young ladies, I want big waves. Chen Yang, Day 7, 1 hour 2 minutes and 45 seconds, 0331, hacking me again. No, 0386. Number 0331, didn't you say you have a boat? Come here, I'll take you to see my big baby. The lizard I raise is very smart. Everyone, hiss, Chen Yang, I'll go, isn't this the man who played happily with the lizard? However, it can be seen from his speech that he probably acquired the ability to communicate with animals. Although, it is very disgusting for him to play with lizards. However, it is undeniable that in such a world, if one possesses the ability to monitor beasts, it is also very powerful. Royal beasts are completely different from exclusive pets. He flipped through it, but there was no special news. No 0007 asked him to share, but he refused. So, just stop talking. Tonight is a rare peaceful night. Fatty girl, after seeing the announcement about me, I must know that I am safe now, so don't worry. Of course, she can also judge her own safety through the condition of Mayodan. The so-called exclusive pet is, if the owner dies, the pet will die too. Well, now is the time to make some plans. I now have more than 20,000 experience points, which can be exchanged for more than 200 enhancement points. You can also upgrade directly. This experience value is completely enough to upgrade to level 12. After level 10, the required experience value increases. However, I think upgrading can be considered last. In addition, if it is directly used to enhance various attributes, the cost performance has become lower and lower. As for burning fruit, Chen Yang does not feel the urgent need to strengthen. In fact, the real core of the world of great navigation is still people themselves. Just like the protagonist Luffy, he was just weak at first. However, after being trained by Rayleigh, the fruit is still the same fruit, but it can exert even stronger power. That being the case, of course his focus now is on people. My first strengthening target should be Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, currently an S-level item, needs 100 enhancement points to strengthen it to SS level. In my opinion, the biggest role of Dragon Ball is not to avoid poison, water, or extra defense. Instead, when carrying it, it continuously nourishes the body, purifies the blood, and enhances attributes. Being able to let oneself grow continuously, this is the most important part of this treasure. Strengthen. Enhancement is complete. You have obtained SS level items, the Orb of the True Dragon. Function 1. Dragon energy nourishes the body, enhances the spirit, and nourishes the blood. The effect is 5 times the original. Function 2. Avoid poison, avoid water, etc. Remarks currently the only double SS item in the world, develop it well. Double SS items, the only double SS, with the Dragon Ball, my promotion will be faster. Now Chen Yang is full of confidence for the future. Currently, the only double SS item in the world. Looking at this note, Chen Yang knew that he posted it himself. He once again took a look at the role of the current, SS, level Dragon Ball. Purify the dragon's blood. Improve your physique. Boosts the spirit. This is almost an all-round improvement. Owning this pair of SS level Dragon Balls is like having another cheat. Automatic practice plugin. Moreover, Dragon Ball also has blessings for Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu. Cool, cool, super invincible and cool. Sure enough, my decision was not wrong at all. In the very beginning, it was a forced choice to directly strengthen and increase one's attribute value. But now, it is the best solution to give priority to strengthening this kind of items that can continuously improve oneself. Double SS Dragon Balls are exclusive items, so others cannot use them. Otherwise, it can be like this: today I wear it for a day, and tomorrow I will use it for the meet girl. Or, 2 people hold each other and grow together. Hehe, I'm really floating. I actually want to get a bug here. Wait, my exclusive pet, can I rub it for a while? Go back and take a look. After strengthening the Dragon Ball once, the experience value directly uses 1W. But don't be afraid, I still have a W experience point. Look, if you want to strengthen Dragon Ball to SS level, how many enhancement points do you need? Enhancement to SSS level requires 10,000 enhancement points. Chen Yang. 0.100 experience points for W. I hold a grass, why should I go to see this? Just beat yourself up. However, it doesn't matter, just follow the steps and everything will be there. After all, didn't I think that strengthening to the SS level was something that was beyond reach? But now, we've done it. Simply, I can't upgrade anymore. During the battle, the undead general was surprised that he had reached level 10. This explains a little bit from the side. At least in Area A1, no one has been able to break through this point. Kijong, 410 boss, and number 0331, these 3S level items, should be stuck between level 9 and level 10. So, I don't need to worry about the current level. If a worker wants to do a good job, he must first sharpen his tools, and he himself is the tool. As long as one's instrument is big enough and strong enough, what is the improvement of experience? Now, I am the Lord of the 4 Islands. There are more sources of wild monsters than them. So, what should be strengthened next? Burning fruits. Skip for now. The Scythe of Slaughter and the Eagle of Death are not considered for the time being. People-oriented. The things I should strengthen now are Dragon Bloodline, Dragon Elephant Wisdom Skill, and Sky Dragon Magic. The current level of the Dragon's Blood, S, strengthening important strengthening points, 1000 points. The experience value of 10W. Hash. Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu, current level A, strengthen to S, need to strengthen points, 60. To strengthen the Sky Dragon Magic, the current level is B, to strengthen it to A, need to strengthen 30 points. To strengthen to S, need to strengthen points, 500. Without hesitation, strengthen directly. Although Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu comes from the world of martial arts, it should be said that it is from the world of low martial arts. But when it is strengthened to a level, it has already shown the characteristics of the world of high martial arts. Now, it has been directly strengthened to S rank, and I am afraid that it can become a real, fantasy rank. As for the dragon-slaying magic in the sky, does it need to be said? The power system of fairy tale world never disappoints. And most importantly, the Sky Dragon's magic can give Chen Yang an ability. Flight. If there is a choice, I will definitely strengthen the Sky Dragon magic to S level at once. However, 500 reinforcement points, that is, 5W experience points are too much. This time it was a leak, killing a level 16 one. As a member of the undead camp, the opponent has experience value blessings, which are higher than monsters of the same level. In addition, they also doubled my experience, which gave me more than 20,000 experience points. The experience value of 50,000 is still not dare to think about it. However, the current results are enough to surprise me. Strengthen Dragon Elephant Wisdom Skill. Enhancement is successful, consuming 60 enhancement points. Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu has become an S-level skill. At this moment, Chen Yang felt his body suddenly expand. In his body, there is a dragon, no, 9 dragons, running slowly. That seems to be a living dragon. But that's not all. He felt that his lower body seemed to be stepping on a giant elephant, with infinite strength and omnipotence. Powerful. My current self is super strong. He swallowed slightly. Long Ying actually got out of his body. Because I now have dragon blood, the dragon-shaped true energy is absolutely dominant, W. But the power of image, on the contrary, has a very low sense of existence. But it doesn't matter. According to the novel, this technique is to focus on dragon, and it's just an auxiliary. I really want to try the power of this dragon elephant right away. At this moment, he has an impulse. With one punch, everything will be wiped out. It's as if the true energy of the dragon shadow in the body can't wait. No, this will destroy my A-rank baby battleship. Without making a sound, Chen Yang jumped directly into the Lord of the Sea. Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu after being promoted to S rank is truly amazing. In the deep sea, even without the water avoiding special effect of Dragon Ball, he can breathe freely. At this moment he no longer needs lungs to breathe. These 9 dragon shadows can breathe instead of themselves. Dive, dive, 100 meters under the sea. I haven't activated Dragon Ball's ability to avoid water, but the meteor is no different from the one on land. Continue. Under the sea, 200 meters. Under the sea, 300 meters. Finally, at the 400-meter mark, Chen Yang felt a little bit of pressure. I was 400 meters deep in the sea, and I only felt a little bit of difficulty. And the diving distance of many nuclear submarines is only so small. This is just the result of just strengthening the exercises, and has not yet carried out systematic training. As expected of an S-rank technique, even this is already powerful enough. Then, Chen Yang punched casually. The power of the fruit was not used, and there were no other blessings. But a pure punch. True Qi burst out directly with the fist. These true Qi are part of one's own body, like arms and fingers. How strong is the pressure under the deep ocean? 4.12 times 10 to the 6 Pa. However, under this punch, the surrounding water waves were directly pushed away, forming a waterless area. One by one, the true energy in the shape of a dragon is bursting, and the momentum is overwhelming. Continue to dive. Deep sea, 500 meters. 600. 900. Chen Yang stopped. That is to say, without urging the Dragon Ball to avoid water, the depth of 900 meters in the sea is my current limit. However, It's not that you can't continue diving, it's just that at depth, the action will feel greatly hindered. Okay, no need to test. Chen Yang kicked his legs and dived vertically. Wow, he rushed out of the sea, and suddenly reached a place tens of meters above the sea. Dragon Elephant True Chi can actually give me the ability to fly. That's right, even in novels, there can be lightness kung fu. Of course, the concept of light work requires focus. For example, in a certain novel, Wu Dang's vertical ladder. Just step on yourself, and then fly into the sky. However, the Dragon Elephant Wisdom Kung Fu after being strengthened to the S level can completely make Julong's true energy fly with him. Of course, the strength of 9 dragons true chi he possesses now is just to let himself fly at low altitude. It is about 1,000 meters above the ground, and you can roam freely. This height is actually quite remarkable. The test of the Dragon Elephant Wisdom skill is here first. Next, strengthen A-level Sky Dragon Magic. Enhancement is successful, consume 30 enhancement points. 0. Sky Dragon Magic, one of the Dragon Slayer Magic, level A. Ability 1, Healing, assisting, increased by 100%. Ability 2, Fighting. The broken teeth of the dragon, the roar of the dragon, the wing strike of the dragon. Ability 3, Flying. Perfect. If it is said that the Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu enables Chen Yang to fly at low altitude. So now, under the condition of casting the Sky Dragon Magic, it is really able to embrace the sky. Chen Yang took a deep breath. Immediately, countless air currents began to converge into the body. The roar of the dragon. In an instant, the Japanese stocks exploded. At the same time, there was a loud and clear dragon chant sound. Boom! The roar of Tianlong directly bombarded the sea surface, and a huge vortex with a radius of more than 100 meters appeared. The surface of the sea seemed to be stirred by some force and kept surging. Even the wavebreaker on the side was affected by this wave, and kept rising and falling. This is the power of the Sky Dragon's roar. If he had erupted this kind of attack when he was fighting the undead general before. Where else do you need to work so hard? So, because of it. Moreover, just when it erupted, I clearly felt the 9 dragon true chi of the Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu merged into the roar of the heavenly dragon. Even Dragon Ball seems to have a sense. In other words, Dragon Blood, Dragon Balls, Dragon Elephant Prajna skills, and Sky Dragon Magic can directly form an echo and affect each other. When necessary, Dragon Ball can even provide me with continuous energy. Now my battle is not just as simple as consuming energy. The enhancement this time has a great effect. Hu Jiqiu supported the railing of the wavebreaker, and looked at the terrifying vortex that appeared not far away with horrified eyes. She was resting, but the terrible movement woke her up. She thought that some powerful sea monster had appeared, so she wanted to remind Chen Yang. However, Chen Yang slowly returned from the sky. At this moment, there was only one thought in her mind. He's like an omnipotent god. Chen Yang was in a good mood and just said, "It's nothing, I'm just trying the moves." Now, having mastered the magic of Tianlong, I have almost made up for my shortcomings. Emergency announcement. Chen Yang frowned, waiting for the news. Over there, Hu Jiqiu said in a low voice. Why is it an emergency announcement again? The last incident made her suffer a lot. If it wasn't for Chen Yang's arrival, I would definitely be cold. She witnessed the power of these ghost pirates with her own eyes, and realized the gap between herself and them. Of course, it was precisely because of this time that she met Chen Yang. Let yourself have a new goal. Chen Yang glanced at her, probably able to understand what she was thinking. Don't worry, generally speaking, a person won't be unlucky twice in a row. Hu Jiqiu. What he said makes sense. Then, what if? Chen Yang. That can only show that you are lucky, and you can only accept your fate. Hu Jiqiu. This sentence is also very reasonable. Emergency announcement 1. The fleeing ghost pirates may land on the island at any time, destroying the ecology and order of the sea. In order to protect the sea, a reward task is now released. Kill ghosts, you can get double experience points and double reputation. Double experience. Hu Jiqiu was moved. She killed an 8th level pirate captain. That's hundreds of experience points. If it is doubled, then there will be nearly 1,700 experience points directly. Then, she will be able to break through, 540, and break through level 8 in no time. It is impossible to stand shoulder to shoulder with her. But, at least I can get a little closer to him, even just a little bit. She looked at Chen Yang and asked, Daddy Fa, can you tell me what level you are now? Chen Yang said casually, it's still level 10. For Chen Yang, if the emergency announcement is only about this matter, then it is not urgent. For those ghost pirates who escaped, the highest level is currently only level 9. Even if the experience is doubled, there will be less than 2,000 experience points. Humph, with this time, I might as well continue diving into the deep sea. Isn't he good for hunting those powerful sea monsters? The sea, it's all baby. In addition to powerful monsters, there are unexpected gains. Next time you dive, take our girl Jane with you. So far, the deepest place he has been to is only about 500 meters below the sea. But now, he can step into a deeper place. Of course, it would be great if we could meet those ghost captains and solve them smoothly. After all, it also rewards double prestige. However, there is one more thing to consider here. After Liu Sheng Yidao chose to betray, he directly became the owner of the red-named island. Then, if I keep killing ghosts, will I become the red name on that side? It's hard to say. After all, the ice and snow elf has a mark, and the misty ghost seems to have one too. Things like ghosts are better at soul, direction, and things marked should be a certainty. Forget it, don't think about this imprint, or the nature of the world. Now I am still so weak, it is meaningless to think about these things. Now, I just need to do one thing. Become stronger. However, when I thought about the problems in the world, I almost forgot that the system has issued an announcement that there is an independent reward for beheading Liu Sheng. Now it's past 0, and the rewards haven't been issued yet. Geneva, make money. However, it was just an emergency announcement 1, there should be an announcement 2. At this time, Hu Jiqiu mustered up his courage, and asked, Daddy Fa, can I follow you? Look, I don't have any islands anymore either. I don't want to kidnap you morally, but if you don't take me in, I think what will happen to me? This is the question she has always wanted to ask and had to face. The current self is no longer the island owner. And I don't have the ability to go to sea or fly. If there is no shelter from Chen Yang, then perhaps death is one's own destination. She struggled for so long, she didn't want to die. I will be very obedient, it is still the principle, I will definitely not make my own claims, and I can do anything. As long as it's what you want. Chen Yang thought for a while and said, I can let you follow me. Now, I am already born on the 4 islands. The base of the island began to expand, and naturally it needed people. He has considered carefully, although the most important issue at present is still survival. However, with the emergence of various materials and changes in many conditions, the theme of the future will definitely change. If their reasoning last time was correct, this world is actually selecting and cultivating various island owners. Then, the future direction should be development. Survive first, then develop. This is also in line with the laws of human history. Since the island wants to develop, he does need manpower. This Hu Jiqiu, although she has some petty thoughts of her own, is very good at it. At least not the kind of person who becomes a garden doctor because of his own thoughts. However, as you said yourself, after you follow me, everything you do must follow my arrangement. What I need is to obey. Because you are with me, you will inevitably come into contact with my core secrets gradually. So, I will not allow you to fly solo in the future. If necessary, I will even kill you. When Chen Yang said this, he was very serious and serious. Because, he really wasn't joking. Actually, to a certain extent, you have become my slave. He added, although I am cold, I am not a perverted personality like Liu Sheng Yidao. Although you have lost your island now, I can try to find an empty island for you and make you the island owner again. That way, you can redevelop. Hu Jiqiu smiled and said, I don't need to think about it, I want to follow you. I will listen to you, absolutely obey your will, and do anything for you. After seeing how powerful Chen Yang is, she has already made the most correct judgment. As long as you stand beside Chen Yang, you will feel safe. Even in the previous era, many people would choose to make compromises in life for a sense of security. What's more, in this world where the slightest carelessness will lead to death. Of course, the most important point. Fujichiyu felt that he had already been conquered by this man. At present, it is spiritually conquered. I hope that one day, the other side of myself will be absolutely conquered. Of course, she believes it's only a matter of time. Chen Yang nodded and said, "Okay, then it's settled, I'll see if I can bring you back then." "It's really not possible, you should stay on island 4447 first. Anyway, number 4444 has been completely destroyed. Let's rest for a while, since there is an emergency announcement, it probably won't be that simple." In the public chat channel, after seeing the emergency notification, everyone started to go online. Several bigwigs in the Daily Water Skirt are chatting. At this time, several new numbers appeared. Chen Yang. The appearance of the new number is a good thing, it means that they have been able to deal with the crisis of survival relatively calmly. To be honest, I'm also quite curious, how many people are still alive now? From the initial 9,999 people, I don't know how much it has dropped to. No 0331 made a sudden statement. "Everyone, let me tell you a piece of good news. Now, I have become the master of the 2 islands. I just got a new treasure chest, guess what level it is, hee." On island 0332, the blonde woman with tall face, soft face and hot figure smiled as she looked at the treasure chest in front of her. It's actually an A-level treasure chest. But the original island owner is really useless. He got an A-level treasure chest and died so quickly. Of course, it is also possible that he died directly without finding the treasure chest. That's beside the point. Her strength will increase again. The exclusive Gangjing number 9527 appeared directly. "No, 9527. Hee, I believe you are a ghost." No 0331. 9527, don't be jealous. After all, I'm a beautiful woman with S-level ability, strong and lucky. It's normal to open another S-rank treasure chest, isn't it? No, 9527. Old rules, it's true, I eat shang, if not, you eat a ton. No 0331 scoffed. "You haven't finished eating last time, have you?" No, 9527. "Ha, unless my brother Fa personally says that he is not capable of S level, otherwise you want to eat shang." As for the new island and treasure chest, no picks dick. No, 0331. HMPH, I hope we won't meet, otherwise, I will definitely push you to the ground and let you eat your fill. Number 9527 has not answered yet, and number 0386 lizard brother suddenly appeared. No, 0386. No 0331, if it's yours, I can shower my whole body with it. You seem to already have a ship, come to me, let's meet offline. No, 9527. I can't afford to mess with it, go spawn monsters. Everyone, Chen Yang, this is a tasteful chat record. No 0386 is worthy of being a warrior 3.1 who attacked lizards. Catherine was shaking with anger. "Ah, you bloody Brahmin dog." Obviously, becoming the master of the 2 islands is a very pleasant thing for her. So much so that she couldn't help but go to the public chat channel to show off. But, she never thought of it. Unexpectedly, I met such a disgusting beast. No, 0331, you disgusting Brahmin man, I will definitely purify you. Chen Yang, purification, what number 0331 said in extreme atmosphere has certain reference value. Perhaps, she has the ability to control this direction, record it. After all, I know that she is really an S-level existence. But, then again, Brother Brahmin, you are really brave. No, 0386, I am sincere to you, why did you kill me? By the way, everyone seems to have a lot of opinions on my lizard partner. It's strange, I heard that people in the Dragon Kingdom like foxes and even snakes very much, so why can't they pay more attention to lizards? Chen Yang. I don't know how to answer your serious question. Makes sense. Emergency announcement 2. The cold winter is not over yet, icebergs appear one after another on the sea, be careful, they are uninvited guests of the holy mountain. Chapter 51. Every time an announcement appears, it gives people tremendous pressure. Of course, now that it's the 7th day, those who can't bear the pressure have disappeared from this world forever. No. 0007. Everyone, the uninvited visitor from the Holy Mountain, I think it is related to the last ice-fallen elf. With the lessons of ghost pirates, I hope everyone can be more vigilant and learn from it. Be vigilant, everyone understands. But, what does this warning refer to? Like Lu Sheng Yidao, have you defected to the enemy camp? Hu Jiqiu subconsciously looked at Chen Yang. Hu Jiqiu, let me make sure, you didn't absorb ice and snow crystals last time to gain abilities, did you? Daddy Fa, you are Chocho. This is her closest nickname, and only those closest to her can call herself that. At that time, my strength was still relatively weak, so I chose to hide. Chen Yang nodded. This will not be marked. What's wrong, Fa? Forget it, you'd better stop calling Fa daddy, it doesn't sound good to your ears. Then, what are you shouting for? Brother Fa, whatever you want. Chen Yang is unwilling to reveal his real name, and the water friends gave him such a good name. Then use it. It is good. Brother Fa. Big brother, is there anything important about this? Bringing the relationship closer is probably the talent of many women. She felt that the word Faj was too foreign, so she also called Big Brother. She quietly took a look. I found that Chen Yang didn't object, so I was very happy. Chen Yang thought for a while, and said at 26, I have noticed that when the system issued a warning last time, it said that those fallen ice and snow elves are betrayers of the ice and snow mountain. According to our speculation, the ghost is a camp that is opposed to this world. Then I think that ice and snow mountain should also be a faction. The reminder from 0007 in the chat channel just now, I think it is very necessary. It's about to be another brutal killing. Big Brother thinks that those guys will take revenge. It's possible. After all, many myths and legends say that some extraordinary races are petty. Even if they are fallen or traitors, only they can execute them. Chen Yang thought for a while, and spoke in the public chat channel. I think the Big Brother Qizhong is right. I personally suggest hiding if you can. Of course, he was not only simply reminding everyone, but also telling Roro to hide in the cave. If it is an ice and snow elf, then his own island is basically safe. He didn't believe that those ice and snow scum would like to go to an island with a volcano. Even if it's just a hill. Call, quote. The two were talking, but suddenly a strong wind blew up at sea. Then, it's snowing again. In fact, during these days, it will snow from time to time. However, the previous snowflakes fell on the island. Chen Yang also specially observed that as long as you leave the island within a certain range, the snowflakes will disappear. But now, snowflakes are flying in the vast sky. The thick white snow actually gave people a feeling of heart palpitations. Chen Yang pushed Hu Jiqiu in, and stretched out his hand. You hide in the cabin, don't come out. Okay. Could it be that my physique is too strong now, so I don't feel anything? Identification technique. Identification complete. Ordinary snowflake. No. 9527. Master Qizhong, is this snow a serious snowflake? No. 1008. I don't know if Shuihua is serious or not, but you are definitely not serious. No. 0007. I felt it, the snowflakes are not poisonous, and have no other negative effects. However, this makes me feel weird instead. Even the snow on the first day had a negative effect, but now it is normal. At this moment, no. 0888. Didn't you find that the temperature is still dropping rapidly? Light more fires. Snowflakes are ordinary snowflakes, but the speed at which the temperature drops is really a hell. Just for a while, the temperature has reached -60 degrees Celsius. Moreover, it is still in a sharp decline. What Father Fa said is true, the thief is so cold, I have already started to fight. Oops, my fire seems to be going out, I'm going to start a fire. No. 0007. It can ignite animal fat and enhance the flame. I found that high-grade monster fat or fur is very resistant to burning. This is common sense in the killing world. Many people, in fact, already know it. But there are always people who don't know. No. 0386. Is everyone cold? I'm not cold, ha ha ha. I have baby lizard, and baby mad cow to keep me warm. As the girl from number 0331 here. Do you want to live with me, the Brahmin little dragon? No. 1008. Gone, you really can't help it, did you still attack the cow? Number 9527. The Brahmin brothers have appeared, so I'm going to get excited. Do you want to bring a cow dung to the 0331 floor to keep warm? I personally think that you and number 0331 are a perfect match. Didn't boss number 410 say last time that our island is actually floating? I wonder if you two will float together. 0331. Catherine, mad, how can these fools be so disgusting? She had forgotten that her original purpose was to discuss that number 0888. Although the chat was fun, Chen Yang directly closed the public chat channel. He said to Hu Jiqiu, "We will return to your island first, and you will wait on the wavebreaker." Then, what about you? Chen Yang said, "I want to go into the water. Time is precious and must not be wasted." He is going to go to the sea again to see if he can find some powerful sea monsters. Also, if a sea monster floats up, remember to replenish your strength. Yes, I got it, big brother. Hu Jiqiu immediately realized that this is our father who wants to gain experience for himself. Chen Yang looked at the time, the 7th day, 3 hours 5 minutes and 1 second. There is still more than an hour before sunrise, and the temperature is still dropping. The temperature continues to drop, which is bound to affect the creatures in the sea. Many fish in the shallow sea may have been frozen to death. Chen Yang was already standing on the railing of the wavebreaker. However, he suddenly stopped. What's wrong? Hu Jiqiu was surprised. It's hard to see such a dignified look on his face. Chen Yang said lightly, "There is someone." Hu Jiqiu looked over immediately. About a minute later, a figure appeared in her sight. Hu Jiqiu was surprised by both Chen Yang's insight and the man who appeared suddenly. He is slowly walking over here. To be precise, his original purpose should not be here. Instead, he gained direction temporarily. That person, unexpectedly, rode a horse, and then leisurely walked to the surface of the sea. Chen Yang saw that the surface of the sea that the horse's hoof stepped on had directly condensed into ice. This effect is very similar to the general who controls the freezing ability in the world of great navigation. Of course, one rides a bicycle and one rides a horse. However, what is the identity of this person? He definitely shouldn't be the owner of the island. Because as he approached, Chen Yang actually felt a little pressure. Chen Yang is confident, at least in Area A1 it is absolutely impossible for an island owner to make him feel oppressive. No, the other party's breath is wrong, he is not alone. Chen Yang didn't feel the breath of life that a human should have in him. The announcement was made just now, and I immediately encountered this strange life form, that is to say, this guy is probably an uninvited guest. Chen Yang originally wanted to brush the level, but he didn't expect to meet such a special existence. Hu Jiqiu unconsciously drew Zanpaku Dao Fame. I even want to begin to understand directly. Chen Yang pressed the back of her hand, and then said, "Put it away, the other party is not hostile." Big brother, who is he? I don't know, I'll go and have a look first, don't act rashly. Chen Yang jumped down, and the Julong Qi wrapped around his body, making him stand firmly on the sea. The mysterious man on horseback saw Chen Yang stepping on the waves, and a blue light flashed in his eyes. The other party spoke first. "Hello 010, the human island owner, I have no malicious intentions." His voice is very light and flat, with a metallic sound to it. While observing him carefully, Chen Yang asked, "What's the matter?" Identification technique. Identification completed. Race Ice and Snow Protoss. Level 10, false level. Ability, it may be the power of ice, the specifics are unknown. Ice and Snow God Race. Apart from this information, almost everything else is unknown. Have you reached level 10? I really didn't expect that it's only the 7th day, and you've already reached level 10. Chen Yang's heart moved. He knows that today is the 7th day of survival. So, does it mean that people from other camps also know about this? I've come to ask you for news. I don't know if you have heard of an item called Dream Ice Flower. By the way, he should be one of your 5S rank treasure chests. I don't know, but now there is an island owner and you got this thing. Chen Yang glanced at him and said, "I don't need to tell you anything about it." The man on the horse wasn't angry either. That's right, I can't ask for your news for nothing. In this way, this is a pure ice crystal, which can give you the power to control the black ice, and should be able to reach your sea level. I think it's a good deal to exchange a piece of pure ice crystal for a message. Chen Yang shook his head again and said, no. Oh, or not. Chen Yang, I have to pay more. Ha, ha ha ha. Even when he laughed, his voice was so calm. Okay, I appreciate you very much, then I will give you another weapon. This is the Xuanbing sword, AC rank weapon, is it enough? Without hesitation, Chen Yang directly took the sea-level ice crystal and Xuanbing sword. Then sincerely said, I don't know. This person's face finally changed. Hu Jiqiu is stupid. Do not know. This answer is more or less suspected of prostitution. Thinking of this, she couldn't help holding the zanpakudo in her hand, ready to untie it at any time. However, the very strange-looking man riding a horse on the sea just said, thanks. Then, the two passed by. After a while, Chen Yang returned to the wavebreaker and watched the weirdo go away. Big brother, it's okay, just pretend you haven't seen it. Chen Yang has just answered his question. If he said he didn't know, it meant that the treasure chest hadn't been born yet. So, he paid for it. Dreamy ice flower, you have to pay attention to it. Quote. Then he took out an item. It was the reward given by the mysterious man just now. After Chen Yang obtained this object, he used identification to confirm that this object had no negative effects such as marking. Then, it was strengthened to B level. C-level items are enhanced to B-level, Song consumed 3 enhancement points. For the current Chen Yang, the 3 strengthening points are the matter of sprinkling water. This one is for you, it is a B-level black ice crystal, which can give you B-level abilities. Although I can also strengthen it to A level, but it is not necessary yet. In his heart, Hu Jiqiu is a new employee. You can give some benefits, but not too much. Hu Jiqiu took the ice crystal, feeling the coldness of the hand, but warm in his heart. The big brother is usually very cold, but in reality he is different. Your choice is so right. The man left. Chen Yang didn't have the heart to look for prey in the sea anymore. What's more, the ship also arrived at island number 4447. Chen Yang analyzed it. The origin of this person is the Ice and Snow God clan. He, like the undead general, came in by smuggling in. However, it is obvious that his strength is far stronger than that undead general. Although the results of the identification are all level 10. But Chen Yang can feel it himself, the oppressive force the two give him is still different. Judging from the performance of the other party, he is very polite and gentle, which is different from that shown by the ghost pirate. However, it is just that the performance is different, but the essence cannot be easily concluded. Chen Yang is very clear that if he is not strong enough, this meeting may have another result. He believed from the bottom of his heart that it was impossible for this weird race to have emotions such as sympathy, love, and humility. Disregard for life should be their original attitude. If there is a real fight, I'm not in vain. With the S-rank Avenger whispering, there is a high probability that I can repeat the process of beheading the undead general again. Thinking of this, Chen Yang is still a little cautious. After all, this is a lot of experience points. However, Chen Yang knows that this kind of intelligent creature is not a sea monster, so if you kill it, you will kill it. It is very troublesome once it is included in the red name by the other party. Maybe, I have now been included in the must-kill list by the ghost camp. I would rather have a few large sea monsters than provoke such a cold boss easily. In the world of killing and survival, winning instability is the kingly way. Unless you have enough experience to allow yourself to suppress the risk. The sun is shining, it's time, the 7th day, 5:35, 1 hour 22 minutes and 31 seconds. Today's sunrise seems to come a little later. A few pieces of information quietly appeared on the bulletin board. Announcement. Island owner No 1989 has died. Announcement. Island owner No 1989 has died. Announcement. Island owner number 0333 has died. Okay. Rao was Chen Yang, who was also taken aback. Such dense death announcements. Did so many people die last night? Although, death announcements have never stopped. But such a dense death situation has not appeared for a long time. He looked at the public chat channel, which was already very lively. No. 0007. Last night, another 13 island owners left forever. Compared with the initial few thousand, 13 is actually very little. However, those who can survive more than 6 days have already accumulated a certain amount. Whether it is survival experience or strength, it is not the same as a few days ago. Unexpectedly, in one night, another 13 people died. No. 0410. Their deaths were all concentrated after the system announcement. That's about 3 short hours. So, their deaths should be related to the so-called uninvited guests from the ice and snow mountain. Everyone, have you ever met those so-called uninvited guests? No. 0386. I slept very hard yesterday, I don't know what happened, I didn't encounter it. Everyone, no one asked you, you don't need to talk. The sense of existence of this person is too strong. When I saw his number, I thought of lizard, cow and even more. It was at this time that a number 9527 spoke again. No. 9527. Have you noticed that the island owner of number 0333 died yesterday? This number is very close to a certain number who claims to be in S rank. No. 1383. You mean, number 0333 was killed by 0331? No. 9527. I don't have evidence, I'm just guessing, but I have to doubt. After all, he said that he has obtained a pirate ship. At the same time, he also became the master of the 2 islands. Then what he got may be island 0332, and it's normal to go to 033b3. As soon as he said this, there was a short period of silence in the public chat channel. If what he said is true, it means that a new situation has begun to appear now. Fighting between island owners. In fact, everyone has been ignoring a problem. There is no rule that between the island owner and the island owner, killing cannot be carried out. In the past few days, this kind of thing has not happened because the conditions are not ripe. No. 0331. Oh, even if I kill someone, so what? I didn't become a red-named island owner, and I didn't have the evil value attribute. No. 9527. Actually, you want to say that you didn't kill someone, right? Oh, no pics. No. 0331. Believe it or not. Hu Jiqiu stood beside Chen Yang, frowned and thought, and asked after a while. Big brother, what do you think? Chen Yang asked back, is it important? When a question arises, many people are the last to think about finding the answer. But, sometimes the answer doesn't matter. It's a world of killing. It's only a matter of time before people kill people. It's just that Lu Sheng made a knife because he joined the local camp and became famous, so everyone subconsciously ignored this matter. The main question now is how the so-called visitors from the Holy Mountain carried out the killing. And understand their purpose, and their characteristics. Chen Yang thought for a while, and then entered the public chat channel again. No. 0888. Everyone. The swearing team who were arguing about whether number 0331 killed someone was suddenly stopped by this golden light from Chen Yang. Brother FA is here. It's my boss, and also my idol. Father, I want to report that number 0331 may have killed someone. 0888. I met a strange man at sea yesterday. Weirdo. Those who are still alive today can be called strange. No. 0007. You mean, met at sea. Can you be more specific? It seems that Ruru's judgment is correct, Qizhong should be a girl. Very careful. No. 9527. 0331 Shut up, you idiot, I'll send a big talk, please silence yourself. After a while, everything was quiet. No. 0888. I saw a man riding a white horse in the sea. The horse's hooves fell and the sea turned into ice. It was very scary. No. 0410. In this way, he should not be a human being. Could it be that he is the so-called uninvited guest of the system? No. 0888. He's one of the uninvited guests, but I think he's special because he's looking for one thing. No. 9527. Big guy, what is he looking for? No. 0888. One of the 5S class treasure chests, the name is Dream Konghua. S rank treasure chest. These 4 words are enough to attract people's attention. Because, so far, only 3 S grades have appeared. No. 9527. No, could this thing have fallen into someone else's hands? Because the system didn't issue any statistical announcements after that. Number 0331 open corner bracket. Did you get this treasure chest? Close corner bracket. No. 0331. You are finally smart for a while. You guessed it, this S-level treasure chest has always been in my hands. So, you should go eat Shang. No. 9527. My dear uncle, just wait, the 10th day is coming soon, and an announcement will definitely be made at that time. No. 0331. Oh. My God, my uncle is exactly 97 years old this year. You are comparable to 038 Wang's 6. Quote. No. 0386. Haha, thank you, my family, for describing the law. This one, there is always a kind of power that can make the floor collapse directly. No. 0888. In my humble opinion, those who have mastered ice and snow abilities should be careful. Whether it is obtained from ice crystals or from treasure chests. After Chen Yang finished speaking, he exited the chat channel. When it comes to this, he can be regarded as benevolent. As for who will live and who will die later, it will be up to each other. It's 6 o'clock, 24 hours away, and there's still a long time. I can't waste it. It's time to explore the bottom of the sea again, or search the 2 nearby islands. These are all things that make money without losing money. At this moment, the long-lost system sound appeared again. Dear Chen Yang, the exclusive reward for beheading Lu Sheng will be distributed below. Ha, Nima, have you finally remembered to cash in? Respected Chen Yang, beheading the first red-named island owner, and cutting off the conspiracy of the ghost camp to get involved in the sea, has a lot of credit. Reward item. An additional S-rank treasure box. Chen Yang was pleasantly surprised by this award. Extra, all S-rank treasure chests. Hu Jiqiu was very sensible and left decisively. And Chen Yang couldn't wait, and directly opened the treasure chest. Then, he was dumbfounded. Because, in this treasure, there are S-level items. Fantasy Ice Flower. Looking at the items in the treasure chest, Chen Yang's lips trembled. What? He saw an extremely delicate ice sculpture of 3-star flowers. Are you playing with me? Identification technique. Identification completed. Item. Dream Ice Flower. Grade. S. Ability freezing to be developed. Remarks. This may be a dangerous item, but the danger is directly proportional to the value. Should I give it up or use it? Chen Yang complained. I feel that the remarks are mocking me. However, the item rewarded to me is actually a fantasy ice flower. Hey. Does that count? The clown is me. This is a newly added S-level treasure. That is to say, there are now 6 S-level items in the island world. No, that's not right. It's Area A1, there are 16 S-rank treasure chests. However, other island owners don't know this. Chen Yang looked at the ice flower shining with crystal sapphire light in the treasure chest, and pressed his palm on it without hesitation. The danger is directly proportional to the value, so there is no doubt that this is a very powerful S-rank treasure. The current Chen Yang has mastered many S-level items. He gradually figured out some ways. It is also S-level, there are also strengths and weaknesses. For example, the burning fruit that was already at the S-level was still at the S-level after being strengthened, but it was more powerful than before. The S-rank Dragon Ball, in terms of function, is obviously higher than even the strengthened burnt fruit. The dreamy ice flower must be a very high-level treasure that can make the so-called ice and snow mountain so important. At this stage, it is impossible for me to refuse an item that can make me stronger quickly. Although it is said that doing so must be risky, but to exist in this world is to take risks. If he doesn't even dare to ask for S-level items, then Chen Yang shouldn't mess with 897. After I get this item, there may be a risk of being marked and hunted down, but why are they not my experience points? From the current point of view, these so-called uninvited guests are actually the same as those from the ghost camp. They can only be stowaways. I can totally handle it. If you come looking for trouble, just dial death. The dragon elephant Prajna Kung Fu has long been hungry and thirsty. Also, there is one more important point. The system gave me this item at this time. Is it considered a hidden mission? A thin layer of ice slowly covered his palm. Then, spread upward from the arm. Chen Yang observed carefully, not in a hurry. This is not freezing, it's more like growing. It's like a creeper, slowly climbing up the wall. The extremely fine shattered ice pierced through Chen Yang's skin, not painful, but rather icy. The slightly bright red blood melted into the ice, and the two soon began to fuse together. Chen Yang felt that his head was a little swollen. Just a trance, the growth of the dreamy ice flower has come to an end. He found that his body surface had been covered with a very thin layer of ice, protecting him like an armor. This layer of ice armor will not have any effect on his actions, and can disappear and appear with his thoughts. Now that I have dragon scales and ice armor protection, my defense has been improved again. Basic attributes. Island owner. Chen Yang. Numbe. Area A 1,886,887,888, 4,447. Talent unique hidden, SSS level, unlimited enhancement. Level 10, 1,385,500. Power, 622. Physical, 720. Agility, 753. Energy durability, 1320. Reputation, 213. Survival coin, 10. Bloodline, Thin Dragon Blood, S. Exclusive items Magma Fruit, S. Dragon Ball, SS. Avengers Whisper, S. Fantasy Ice Flower, 9. Please expand. Pet Mayodan Lava Sea Turtle, A-level blood, level 5. After integrating into the Fantasy Ice Flower, my basic 5-dimensional value has improved again, especially my spirit and physique. The ability of the Fantasy Ice Flower needs to be developed. I can try it when hunting monsters. However, if I meet those so-called uninvited guests, or if I get into a fight with other island owners, I don't need to use this ability at all. With enough means of his own, Fantasy Binghua can be used as a whole card. However, this thing is really powerful. He not only allows me to use elemental abilities just like burning fruits, and it can also stimulate physical growth, which has some characteristics of Dragon Ball. Okay, the money has been received, so now it's time to continue hunting. You can't stop hunting, and experience points can't stop. Wait, I seem to have missed something just now. Yes, Mayodan, it's level 5. This little guy really surprised me. It wasn't long after I left, but I was so diligent. However, since Mao Dan has been upgraded, Jian Sheng should be safe and sound. Chocho, let's go to level up. Hu Jiqiu immediately ran over. In the past, facing monsters was called life and death struggle. But after following our father, this is called brushing the level. My life is different because of you. Island number 4545. There was a thin black man with long hair who was worrying. He, who is not black, is completely tanned. What the hell, my luck is really against the sky. Just as he was complaining, a monster rushed over from the land. This is a level 7 three-tailed demon wolf with the ability to resist the wind. Die for me. He stretched out his hand, and a frozen sword appeared directly in his palm. Cut. Following the slash, this monster wolf was directly frozen. Lu Shengyi Dao didn't come, but he was targeted by those ice scum again. Die to the uncle. If Chen Yang is here, he will be surprised. Because the method of performing this move is very similar to the general named Blue Pheasant in Dahang Hai. No. 4545, Huang Bin, ability, Frozen Fruit, level A. He looked at his attributes. Frozen Fruit, an important accessory. Obtained the power of Frozen Fruit, in order to survive, became the spokesperson of the Ice and Snow Mountain. Island owner. Huang Bin. Number 4545, District A1. Level 8 1033 3600. Power 166. Physical 187. Agility 180. Spirit 233. Energy durable 201. Reputation 0. Exclusive items Frozen Fruit, Grade A. There are still a lot of experience points before breaking through level 8. The ice scum that I killed yesterday provided a lot of experience points, but the strength of these ice slags is obviously very strong. 1 or 2 will give you experience. But if there are more than 1 at a time, 2 will not be able to stand it. Huang Bin smashed the frozen three-tailed wolf and gained a wave of experience points. Then, helplessly, he sat down on the ground. Hey, I was just a financial person. Whoever provoked me, why was I chosen to come to this world? Why? He could have been appointed as the financial director, but he did not expect to travel to this island. Every day is precarious, and every night is restless and addictive. During the day, there is the danger of bears attacking and biting, and at night, there is the danger of hyena digging their anus. Now there may be another big crisis. This freezing day is very suitable for me to play, but I always have a bad feeling. He looked at the chat channel again. Hiss. The boss of 0888 said that those who have the ability to freeze may be given priority. Amitabha, immeasurable heavenly venerable, Hallelujah. Don't look for me. Suddenly, Huang Bin's messy hair suddenly stood on end like steel needles. He bounced, suddenly, and the ice sword in his hand was clasped tightly, as if he wanted to find the last sense of security. Danger. Extremely dire danger. On the surface of the sea, a figure appeared. He was riding a white horse, stepping on the sea leisurely, very flamboyant. Whatever you say, we're Crow's Mouth. Isn't this the extremely powerful and dangerous, uninvited guest, that number 0888 boss mentioned? Huang Bin slapped his head, gradually despairing. No, I can't die. I want to go back and be my chief financial officer. I'm going to the chat channel to ask for help now. Is there still time? Since the boss of number 0008 has dealt with Liu Sheng, the bad boy of number 4444, it is very likely that he is still nearby. Yeah, but I can't. Big brother 0888 likes big waves, but I. Nothing but waves. No, I still have to give it a try. What if the boss is also interested in conquering men? Just as he was about to open the public channel to speak, the cold wind of the day came to his face. That's too late. This dog came so fast. Huang Bin, who was still thinking wildly a second ago, directly put the ice sword in front of him, blocking the cold wind from pouring into his mouth. In a blink of an eye, that flamboyant white horse had already appeared in front of him. 4 eyes meet, no, 6 eyes meet, that white horse seems to be mocking himself. He became more and more nervous. Is a horse so oppressive? What should I do? I don't know if my current strength can be effective for him. Huang Bin hadn't spoken yet, but the other party broke the silence first. Don't be nervous, I mean no harm. It was still the flat and deep voice, which made people feel harsh. You are a person from the mountain, but you will be blamed for it. After all, being killed by others is due to their lack of strength. Huang Bin. Oh ho, I admire you the most for being reasonable. Now everyone's atmosphere is so harmonious, isn't that the past? The man spoke again. If possible, please attack me with all your strength, is that okay? Huang Bin. Didn't you just say you don't care about that? Playing with me. You have a powerful freezing power. If you get my approval, you will be able to survive. Don't get me wrong, this is just a test. Huang Bin, I'm going to Nima's test. The other party. If you dare not make a move, I will kill you. Huang Bin's eyes were red. Huang Bin is completely stupid. Is this guy crazy? He's not kidding, though, this guy is horrible. Huang Bin knew that he had to act, otherwise he would surely die. However, the seemingly invisible pressure from the other party made him flustered. By the way, Big Brother, have you met Big Brother 0888? I'm his younger brother. In desperation, start building relationships directly. The other party's tone really changed a bit. 0888. Yes, my elder brother said, I met you. He also said, let me meet you, I must respect you, we are all on our own. The mysterious man nodded slowly and said, I probably remembered who the 0888 number you mentioned was. So, is this his number? Yes, that's him. Huang Bin. The boss of number 0888 is indeed nearby. I'm not familiar with him, and it has nothing to do with my test of you. Huang Bin is impatient. Why did you choose me? I look good. Yes, but boss, why don't you test him? He's the fiercest man among us. Boss number 0888, don't blame me for misfortune, I want to survive. The weirdo said flatly. The island owner you mentioned is very strong. I am not sure about defeating him. Naturally there is no such thing as a test. Huang Bin cried. Master Draft. Very strong. They used overlapping words. My boss number 0888 is really awesome. But, what the hell are you co-authoring to bully the weak? The man spoke again. Okay, now the test begins, attack me with all your strength. Huang Bin shook his head, then brushed his hair vigorously. Call, since it is unavoidable, come on. Frozen great sword, pointing diagonally. Immediately, ice began to appear on his arms and his body. Die. As the frozen great sword fell, an icicle of more than 50 meters fell directly. Kai Yi shot a 50-meter long sword, and I will die for you. The ice layer fell and hit the opponent's head hard. This mysterious man didn't move. Crack, click. The 50-meter long sword shattered all over the ground. Huang Bin is stupid. The other party was intact, not even a strand of hair was messed up. It's over, it's over. This is already my strongest blow, but there's nothing wrong with the other party. So, am I going to be killed? The man said slowly, do you want to become stronger? Huang Bin, what do you mean? Didn't kill me, but asked me if I want to become stronger. Did I pass the test? Join the Ice and Snow God Mountain. I will let your strength continue to increase, as long as you help me do things, even if it exceeds the number 0888 you mentioned, it should not be a problem. When Huang Bin heard it, he subconsciously thought, is there such a good thing? However, he suddenly thought of something and immediately refused. No, no, he thought of Lu Sheng. Betrayed the faction, directly read name. The system even directly notified all the island owners that Lu Sheng had died in the hands of Boss No. 0888. If I get red named, I will die. The mysterious man said indifferently. If you reject me, you will die too, and immediately. Huang Bin. What he said is so reasonable, I don't know how to refute it. Can you tell me about that red name? Huang Bin. You don't need to be so polite as you are holding my life. Okay, probably because of this. So and so. The mysterious man was silent for a moment, and said solemnly. This information is very helpful to me. That number 0888 provided me with a message, and I gave him 2 C-level items. Your piece of information is more valuable, let me give you a B-level item. An ice crystal gem fell on Huang Bin. I feel that although you have a strong power to control the ice, you are afraid of seawater. This should be the negative effect of the items you got. If you keep this thing on your body, it can purify this negative effect, although it will take a long time. In fact, for Huang Bin, the fact that he is afraid of seawater does not have a serious impact. After all, just freeze the seawater directly. But a weakness is a weakness after all. Holding the crystal, Huang Bin suddenly asked. Dare to ask, boss number 0888, what question did you answer? Mysterious man said. I asked him if he knew about the S-level item called Fantasy Ice Flower. He answered me, I don't know. 1. Huang Bin. As expected of my brother Fa, how can he still be so prostitute? The mysterious man said again. You don't need to worry about the red name, I won't operate like ghosts and idiots. Besides, you control the ice power yourself, so it's reasonable to help us do things in the Ice and Snow Mountain. Hold this thing, it is a top-level A-level item, it can not only save your life, but also get in touch with me. You are too weak now, let's keep getting stronger first. After finishing speaking, he rode a white horse and set off across the sea again. The appearance of the horse's hooves on the waves actually made Huang Bin feel a strange beauty. It wasn't until the opponent's figure disappeared that Huang Bin sat down on the ground, limp and powerless. After pondering for a while, he finally said to himself, I'm not clean anymore. I really didn't expect that Lu Sheng killed that idiot with one knife, and then I was added. He hurried to look at his property panel. Fortunately, there is no column for evil value. Holding a grade A item and grade B ice crystal in his hand, Huang Bin couldn't calm down for a long time. He let out a sigh of relief, and then opened the public chat channel. No, 9527, 2 more brothers died. This time the dog of the Ice and Snow Mountain are coming in menacingly. Huang Bin. The dog of Ice and Snow Mountain. It's not me. No, 0331. There are drifting snowy mountains on my side, and the temperature is still dropping. Everyone, please be careful. She actually stopped fighting with number 9527. Moreover, the number 0386 did not appear, which is unscientific. No, 0410. Everyone, I just hammered to death a level 9 dog. He is one of the scouts of Ice and Snow Mountain, very strong. This bunch of fools are more ruthless than ghosts. I personally suggest that after you see it, you should kill them immediately without showing mercy. Huang Bin touched his head. It's over, I'm not clean, I'm not clean. The A-grade item in his hand suddenly became unsavory. And it's hot. He didn't even dare to look at what the item was. No, I have to save myself, I have to save myself. After thinking about it, Huang Bin sent a message in the group. #0888 is the boss here, can I PY with you? The little brother can do any posture. I have something urgent to ask you. Chen Yang and Hu Jiqiu stepped onto an uninhabited island. Originally, Chen Yang took her to go to the deep sea to find sea monsters and then level up. However, after spending more than 2 hours, nothing was found. Chen Yang immediately sensed the abnormality. Powerful monsters may not be easy to find, but sea monsters around level 5 and 6 should be the most. But there is none. After a while, they found an island. Hu Jiqiu looked at the island in the distance, and said in surprise. Could this island be number 4446 next to me, or number 4445? Chen Yang looked at the island in front of him, but shook his head and said. Don't be so optimistic, this island is wrong. Didn't you realize that this island is very huge? Even the islands that he has already expanded are much worse than them. The islands of our island owners should all be similar in size, and it is impossible to have such a huge difference. Hu Jiqiu was shocked, it really is. This island is a bit ridiculously big. Yeah, but, are there any other islands? Chen Yang rolled his eyes and said. How did you know that there are only islands in this sea that belong to our island owner? Let's go up and have a look. #TX, 13 hours 55 minutes and 37 seconds. Chen Yang took Hu Jiqiu to this special island. Ho, just stepped into the island, there were bursts of beast roars one after another. Listening to the roaring sound, Hu Jiqiu even felt a little dazed. The roar of these beasts is mixed with the impact on the spirit, you have to get used to it. Hu Jiqiu immediately said, okay, I will. Both 4445 and 4446 are unowned islands. According to my experience, we can inherit the island after going to the island. But there is no prompt now, so it really isn't. There are many giant beasts on the island, even if it's just a roar, there are waves of powerful spiritual shocks. Chen Yang's eyes flooded with happiness. To me, this is heaven. Suddenly, a shadow descended from the sky. Hu Jiqiu was so frightened that he took a step back. The attack came too suddenly and with great momentum. Chen Yang is not in a hurry. Identification technique. Species: pterosaurs, flying lizards. Level 9. Attack: sharp minions, howling attack, spraying venom. Seeing the appraisal result, Chen Yang was surprised. It's actually a level 9 creature. Up to now, level 9 creatures are certainly not uncommon, and he didn't know how many of them he killed in the sea. However, just now, they have just stepped into the periphery, and unexpectedly encountered the existence of this level. Generally speaking, the outermost is the weakest. It seems that this mysterious island is much more interesting than I imagined. Chen Yang slammed his fist of fire, and immediately this overwhelmed pterodactyl fell directly to the ground. But, he's not dead yet. Cho, you kill him, then return to the wavebreaker and wait for me. Now she is still too weak, not suitable to bring into this island, otherwise she will become a burden. You can look around to see if you can hunt and improve your strength, and I will come back within 3 hours at most. After all, around 1700, the teleportation may be launched. After finishing his instructions, Chen Yang immediately ran towards the depths of the island. After walking a short distance, giant beasts and strange insects appeared in front of them one after another. It's just right, you can try the new power here. Chirp chirp chirp. Wow. The waves lapped slowly against the shoreline. Birds chirped in the jungle, and a faint fragrance wafted out from time to time. If it hadn't been for the attack of the level 9 pterosaur bird, Hu Jiqiu would have felt that this place was heaven. This huge primordial forest, which looks exceptionally beautiful, is actually very dangerous. Obviously the temperature is extremely low now, it has reached -50 degrees. But on this island, there are still green trees and lush greenery. Speaking of which, I just forgot, after stepping into this island, the temperature is completely different from outside. It seems to have entered another world directly. Fujichiyu, after following him, your vigilance has obviously started to drop. In any case, this is a very bad thing. She reminded herself again. He accepted you, not because you are beautiful and big sister, but because I can bring value to him. Chen Yang gradually stepped into the forest. It was only after he really entered here that he realized how magical it was, and it could even be said to be a great world. The surrounding ancient trees are extremely lush, with luxuriant branches and leaves, towering. My strengthened tree is like a seedling in front of them. The 697 tree on his own island is almost 60 to 70 meters high. However, the ancient trees in this forest are really unimaginable. Every ancient tree is an ecological world. Birds, insects, fungi, microorganisms. Flowers and plants are beautiful. Birds are agile. Behemoth is magnificent. But they all have one characteristic: danger. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Bang bang. The roar of the death eagle instantly interrupted the tranquility of the primeval forest. Dear Chen Yang, you have successfully killed a level 6 chameleon, and Dao's experience has increased, plus 53B1. I don't know why, but now I can't look directly at the word lizard. The sound of large swaths of birds spreading their wings is extremely chaotic, but it also makes the entire jungle look extraordinarily depressing and terrifying. In fact, in this mysterious primeval forest with advanced creatures, it is very unwise to use a weapon with a lot of movement like the death eagle. Powerful creatures will not be frightened by your voice, but will be enraged. Just like now, there was an irritable baboon about 3 meters in length, holding a thick wooden stick, and jumped directly towards Chen Yang. Between the jumps, there was actually a sound of flames burning in the wind. Level 10, the wind and fire baboon, characterized by tyranny, can breathe fire from the mouth, and step on the storm with its feet. It is very difficult to deal with. The shadow mantis at level 11 is characterized by being weird, highly poisonous, and extremely fast. The continuous feedback of appraisal techniques made Chen Yang remember these materials in his heart. He thought in his heart, fortunately, these creatures are all on this island. Any one of these creatures that appeared on the island would be fatal. Apart from myself, there are really few who can bear it, right? In such a short period of time, as many as 13 creatures, large and small, rushed over. This is not counting the movement from a distance in the spiritual force induction. However, it's pretty good now. I didn't expect to find a treasure land for leveling up unintentionally. He deliberately used this movement to anger these guys. After all, he didn't want to stay on this island for a long time, and he would teleport back to his main island after 1700. Chen Yang exhaled slowly. Then, his whole body began to fog up. This is the first time I have used the power of the ice system, but luckily I have seen enough works. In Chen Yang's mind, powerful ice-capable users appeared one after another. For example, the Dehonglian Bingluanwan in Shinigami, the Frozen Sky and 100 Flowers Burial. For example, the Ice Age of Big Brother Aokiji. Quote. Many pictures flowed in his mind, and finally, he made a decision. Just try this trick. With the opening of his consciousness, Chen Yang felt a void ice lotus slowly blooming in the position of his chest. Dreamlike, extremely beautiful. Outside of Chen Yang's body surface, circles of ice and snow were frosted, thicker and thicker. Within 0.01 second, an ice storm was directly formed. Ice Age. The ice wind spread out in an instant. Then, with Chen Yang's feet as the core, it began to spread directly towards the interior of the forest. The 3-meter-tall baboon who rushed over first froze in front of Chen Yang. His wooden stick was still held high, but it couldn't fall down no matter what. As the strength continued to expand, the thick wooden stick directly became an icicle. Then, it directly became an ice sculpture. Fengwo baboon, shadow praying mantis, flowers and plants on the ground, and the huge fur monster that is rushing towards it. Flying in the air pterodactyl bird. One by one, completely, turned into ice sculptures. The scene in front of him was undoubtedly very shocking. Dear Chen Yang, you have killed a level 10 Fengwo baboon, your experience value has increased, plus 1500. Plus 1933. Plus 2311. Call. Chen Yong let out a breath, his body staggered, and he almost fell down. The spread of the ice age also stopped. Chen Yong stood on the ground, witnessing his masterpiece. As far as the eye can see, there is a vast expanse of whiteness. After about 2 seconds, Chen Yong had recovered a little. No, this range has reached my limit. That green pheasant is said to be able to freeze several islands connected to the sea directly. Now I am far from that point. Obviously there is still a certain gap. Of course, that is a theoretical comic setting, so it is not easy to compare. Fantasy ice flower simulates the power of the ice world, very scary. Moreover, this fantasy ice flower can also supplement my breath. The Dragon Ball plus the fantasy ice flower, and restores his physical strength at the same time, so that he is recovering extremely quickly. It is absolutely amazing. This island is too big. The range I just frozen can only be the outermost layer of the island, not even reaching the middle layer. From this point of view, this island is bigger and vaster than he expected. Perhaps, this is not a small island, but a small continent. In the middle of the ocean, it's normal to have continents, isn't it? I don't have the qualifications to explore here right now. The blow just now almost exhausted my mental power and energy to the point of collapse. Therefore, we must run away. The reason why Chen Yong fired a gun when he came up, and then alarmed the animals on the island, was originally for a one-shot deal. But this time, it's definitely a big hit. Look at the experience points. Level 10, 31,385,500. More than 30,000 experience points. Good guy, the experience gained this time is more than doubled after killing a level 16 undead general. At this moment, a question actually appeared in his mind. There are too many experience points, I don't know how to spend them. Chen Yong, what are you thinking about? Are you qualified to think about this kind of question? Ah, a deep voice sounded at this moment. Then there was a warm wind blowing out slowly. The warm wind blew past, and all the ice sculptures were shattered, leaving nothing behind. This scene is much more spectacular than before. When Chen Yong used the Ice Age, a field was directly formed, and each living and powerful creature was directly frozen and then died. But now, its ice turned into powder. One by one, disappear. This scene of destroying everything really shakes people's hearts thoroughly. Too exaggerated. Such scenes are really too exaggerated. It's just that Chen Yong didn't have time to appreciate it. He felt fear. It was as if the sky was falling. He cursed directly in a low voice. Gah, these ice sculptures are all Lao Su's financial difficulties. Although it is frozen, but the extraction should be able to get a lot of materials. So many monsters. However, this sudden warm wind shattered everything. Ah, the growling voice became heavier. If you listen carefully, it seems that an extremely terrifying monster has begun to wake up. Gah, Chen Yong cursed directly, then turned around and left. The ground began to shake. Earthquake. This is by no means a natural earthquake, but the shock caused by that terrible existence when it woke up. This is definitely a terrible big monster that has awakened. Absolutely, scary super monsters. Chen Yang's speed was extremely fast, and he boarded the wavebreaker directly. Go. Although he lost so many supplies, he felt extremely distressed. But, save your life. The wavebreaker left the island directly. Boom, 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 boom. A loud sound, getting louder and louder. Shock waves erupted from the island. Hu Jiqiu looked at the island behind him, already stunned. That terrible storm of destruction. The terrible sound of death. Her fingers trembled and pointed to the sky. Then, what is that 3.6? In fact, Chen Yong has already seen it without her reminding. A gigantic head, slowly, stretched out from between the trees. Then, higher and higher, higher and higher. How high is this? 500 meters, kilometers. Traveling to this killing island world, I have seen many giant beasts. However, the largest monster that Hu Jiqiu has ever seen is only 100 meters in size. And what is presented in front of me now is thousands of meters. Hu Jiqiu was shocked by the gigantic size of the giant beast, which was extremely terrifying. However, Chen Yong had another kind of shock. He scolded directly. This guy, could it be King Kong? The King Kong of Skull Island that I know. So, what the hell is Skull Island here? Chen Yong really has a lot of swear words. According to what I know, the highest setting of that King Kong is only about 100 meters. This giant beast has exceeded 1,000 meters by visual estimation. Moreover, the warm wind he breathed out was already so terrifying, just like a destructive storm. If there is King Kong, will there also be Godzilla? The waves are sweeping it. Look here. Danger, danger. The terrifying King Kong stood upright. His head seemed to have pierced through the clouds. When his gaze fell, it was like the brilliance of a star. Chen Yang immediately felt that he, and even the wavebreaker, were locked. Although, the speed of the wavebreaker is really very fast. Moreover, the gaze of that giant beast seemed to be very lazy, as if it had just woken up. However, Chen Yang still felt uneasy. Turn now, full starboard. The wavebreaker, directly at sea, elegantly turning. It was at this moment that the huge King Kong opened its mouth lazily and casually. Yeah, a gust of wind emerged from his mouth. Waves, straight up. It is tens of meters, even hundreds of meters high. Then, a terrifying shock wave pushed away. Wherever it passes, the factor annihilates. Nothing can survive under this shock wave. Even, the sea was directly divided into two halves. Chen Yang's wavebreaker is right next to that chasm. Hu Jiqiu was really dumbfounded when he saw this terrifying shock wave. As soon as her body softened, she was about to fall. Fortunately, Chen Yang supported her. Hu Jiqiu's lips trembled, his hands tightly grasped Chen Yang's arm, even. She didn't even realize that she had urinary incontinence. This, what kind of monster is this? Me. Finally, she rolled her eyelids and passed out. Chen Yang didn't speak. She didn't look down on 26 because of Hu Jiqiu's incontinence. It's not that Hu Jiqiu's psychological quality is not good, it's really this giant beast, it's too terrifying. When people are in extreme fear, it will cause urinary incontinence, or even more serious consequences. Although, the people who have survived in the island world have already strengthened too much, both physically and mentally. It has long been beyond the scope of normal people. However, when encountering a more terrifying reference and contrast object, that kind of fear will still make the heart collapse. Don't blame her, really don't blame her, it's really this giant beast, it's too scary. Not to mention anything else, just that shockwave just now, it's dead. What about the undead general at level 16, and the uninvited visitor from the mysterious ice and snow mountain riding a white horse? In the face of this force, there is absolutely no possibility of survival. No, it should disappear instantly. And this force is just a sneeze of that King Kong. What, a countryman? This is the kind of existence that obviously doesn't care about it, but can easily destroy the world as the most top-level existence. Can his coercion compete with the dragon? A sneeze can destroy a large area and separate the sea. So scary. Identification technique. Chen Yang didn't dare to use identification until he was sure that his wavebreaker was far away from danger. Species: Star Luo King Kong. Level 49. Characteristics: it is a lover of peace, it is a lover of nature, it has great power, but it also likes to sleep. Remarks: don't disturb him. Disturbing him is tantamount to destruction. Chen Yang. Peaceful, lovers. Natural, lovers. Chen Yang calmed himself down for a while, and then suddenly smiled. I suddenly admire this Xingluo King Kong a little bit. Actually, I also admire this kind of peace and love of nature. When my mind is at peace, naturally, all things must be at peace. When I am angry, then everything will be destroyed. However, this giant beast is actually a level 49 existence. The current self has just broken through to double digits. Although I earned a lot of experience points this time, how far is it to reach level 49? After all, after level 10, every level up requires more experience points. However, when I first traveled to the island world, how could I have thought that Chen Yang would become as powerful as I am now? So, you don't have to aim too high, just work hard to fight for it down to earth. Chen Yang put away his admiration, and suddenly laughed again. However, although it is very embarrassing, but this time it is really rewarding. I stole a wave on the island where such a powerful existence was, and then I escaped unharmed. Hey, Grandpa pretended to be aggressive in front of a super monster of nearly level 50, and managed to escape. Today there are so many island owners, which one can be as chic as me, Chen Yang? In addition, that terrifying coercion is also worth learning from me. Last time, I had the long way plan. When you return to a safe place, you can study it. Let yourself be able to display coercion. Yes, you can't forget to bring poison or other negative effects. The waves finally calmed down. The cold sea breeze, blowing slowly, also returned to normal. Fujichu woke up. She lowered her head, and said embarrassingly, "Yes, sorry, I actually became incontinent in front of him." Thinking of the previous scene, she wished she could jump directly into the sea. Chen Yang was very calm, and said lightly, "It doesn't matter. Under such terrible coercion, you are only incontinent, and it is not something to be ashamed of." "Well, yes, yes," Chen Yang continued, "although you have broken through to level 8, you are still far behind. If you can continuously improve your mental strength, then the next time you encounter such a situation, you won't be so embarrassed." "Yes, yes, big brother," Chen Yang added. "By the way, you can go to the cabin to clean it yourself. I didn't help you, it's inconvenient after all." "What? Okay, okay. So embarrassing, so embarrassing." Fujichu entered the cabin to wash up. From 24 hours, there is only more than half an hour left. Let's take a look at the public chat channel first. I don't know if there is any new noteworthy news. Just opened Pindao, a lot of information is rolling. Chen Yang flipped through it, and a large part of it was about frost elves. Among them, the speech of number 410 is still very useful. "No, 0410. After killing the 7th ice slag who came to make trouble, I probably finally understand something. The item from Ice and Snow Mountain, that is, the S-level fantasy flower mentioned by number 0888 is gone. It was brought to our world by the fallen elves. It's just that, for some reason, the original fallen elf died, and this thing was lost. Winter is coming, and the fallen elves are the first to start looking for holy objects, so they come to trouble the island owner. And now, the real frost elves are here. They believe that anyone with the mark of a fallen elf may be a pilferer of the sacred object, which is why they launch the killing. So, before the holy object Dream Ice Flower is found, they may continue to kill. Everyone be careful." No. 1008. Number 410, "My big brother, I am your fanboy, please accept my knee." Number 410, "My elder brother, I am your fanboy, please accept my knee." No. 1989. Number 410, "My brother, I am your fanboy, please accept my ass and mouth." Crooked building. Chen Yang, "You may not believe it, that dreamy ice flower is now in my hands." However, it is impossible for Chen Yang to admit it. No. 0331. "Everyone, whoever got the fantasy ice flower, please make a noise, so that others can be saved." Chen Yang, "Oh, this woman's moral kidnapping is very smooth. I played it last time, and I will come again this time." Chen Yang thought, "I don't think that when I hand over the fantasy ice flower, they will stop killing. This is absolute, because the camp of the two sides is different. Of course, from the first day he came into this world, he no longer kept any luck and innocence. I, Chen Yang, have no morals. You can't kidnap me at all." On the 7th day, 16 hours 58 minutes and 31 seconds, 0331, tried to cheat me again. Number 9527 appeared on time. "Hey, you didn't tell me last time, did you get this S-level treasure chest? Hurry up and summon the ice sculpture, and contribute your life. This will reflect your noble character." The evil pen. Chen Yang, number 9527, "You are so 193 against her, you friend, I'm committed." 0386 was equally on time. 0331, "I'm trying to form a friendship with a shark right now. Once successful, I can come to you, love you baby." No. 0331, "I will kill you." Catherine's mentality has collapsed. The reason why she played tricks when she spoke was because the items she got were strong enough to keep her safe. So, I just want to see other people's desperation. On the other hand, I also want to see if I can get some information out of the routine. Of course, the most important thing is the disgusting number 0888 pretending to be an S-class. But she didn't expect that she would meet her nemesis. Forget about the number 9527, after all, everyone comes and goes. However, that disgusting Brahmin lizard is simply overpowering himself. After all, that guy is completely shameless and disgusting. Chen Yang smiled, and said to himself, at this moment, I actually have a third brother who doesn't hate Brahmins so much. However, this was only limited to the few seconds when he was sick of no. 0331. Continue to climb the stairs. Then, there is the information provided. But what she provided was not about the frost elves, but about ghosts. Everyone, there is another ghost pirate ship on my side. Of course, it is not the mother ship. However, the ghost ship this time is obviously much larger in size than the previous one, and it is also equipped with more artillery. According to my speculation, this should be a high-level warship among the B-class warships. They did not attack my island. I hope everyone must be careful. In addition, if number 0888 sees this news, please pay attention. Quote, I speculate that this is to seek your revenge. After all, the ghost pirate ship has already grasped the coordinates of 0889, and it is not difficult to find you. Ree silently nodded and recorded the message. As for the ghost pirates, there is no need to worry too much. After all, they don't understand my current strength improvement at all. No. 4545. FA Dad, I need help. Chen Yang just turned off the chat channel. Huang Bin is an idiot now. Big brother number 0888, are you still here? I'm in a hurry, little brother. No. 9527. Oh, brother number 4545, you are so anxious to find our brother FA, do you want to contribute your ass? Huang Bin, if he really wants it, I don't mind. No. 4545, it's a very urgent situation, buddy, don't make trouble. No. 0331, you can tell me, I can do what number 0888 can do. He has a pirate ship, but I also have one, and I'm still an S-class ability user, the master of the two islands. When Huang Bin heard it, his heart suddenly became hot. No. 4545, brother, what level are you now? No. 0331, how can this tell you? But I'm very strong. After all, I was ranked 4th last time. I'm much better than someone who only knows how to eat, but doesn't even make the top 10. Number 9527 jumped out immediately. Fart, I have it, I am now 10th. It turned out that he happened to be 11th in the last ranking. But now, Liu Sheng is dead, so his ranking will naturally go directly to the top. No. 0331, oh. It's actually honorable, the 11th, what? Huang Bin, can you stop talking about what I'm waiting for online? However, that number 0331 is indeed ranked 4th. He should also be very powerful. Can't find number 1, so can number 4 do me a favor? It seems that it is also feasible. So he will speak, hoping to trick everyone to help. Wait, I can't say I've seen that cold-faced man. Although I don't have a red name yet, I have indeed accepted his benefits. If I tell others, 4th, it shouldn't be weak, stronger than me, that's for sure. But, can you beat that cold-faced man? That mysterious cold-faced man is too powerful. I tried my best, but I couldn't bring him even a little bit of trouble. This feeling of being as powerful as invincible really left a psychological shadow on him. And the boss number 0888 made the cold-faced man admit it himself, he is not sure of victory. Huang Bin is a very cautious person. After all, if you are doing finance, you must be careful. If you have been careful for a long time, you will be cautious everywhere. He thought again, and said to himself, I don't want to be a second 5 boy, because if I become a second 5 boy, I will definitely be famous. There is a saying in the accounting industry, don't stretch out your hand, you will be caught if you stretch out your hand. The best way to avoid danger is not to be involved in danger. Since ancient times, undercover agents have died quickly, so I can't do this job. No. 4545. No, this matter can only be discussed with no. 0888. At this moment, a golden light flashed. No. 0888. I'm here, if you have anything to say, you can tell me directly. Huang Bin appeared, the real top boss. My invincible FAJ, no, FAE. However, at this time, Huang Bin was in trouble again. No, I can't talk about the fact that the ice-faced man made me a second 5 boy in the public chat channel. If this is the case, everyone will know that I am a 25 boy. No. 0888. Kijong, thank you for your kindness, I have received your warning, don't worry, I will be careful. Huang Bin struggled again. Why is there no private chat function until now? Bad review. No. 4545. Father, are you still near? No. 4447. Could you come over to my place? No. 0888. I don't know the charts. In addition, I came to number 4447 by accident. I didn't come here by boat. As soon as he finished speaking, everyone else was shocked. Number 9527. Father, didn't you sail the boat? Did you swim there? No. 7. Have you mastered the ability to fly? But, it's impossible, this flying ability shouldn't allow you to fly so far. She herself holds the feather of wind. It was an S-level prop, she was confident that when it came to flying ability, she should be second to none. No. 0331. No. 0888, don't hold back, let everyone know. Number 9527 appeared in time. Please shut up, it will affect my father's mood, thank you. No. 0888. Everyone, I teleported here, but I actually received a mission, so I was teleported to Island 4447. Send. Task. Everyone was shocked once again. Why didn't they know that there was such a thing? Number 9527. There are still missions, why don't I? No. 0331. Because you are too weak. 9527. Trash, you haven't done the task either. No. 0386. Although I haven't teleported, I have already finished the preliminary communication with the shark. 331. I will come to you soon. No. 1008. Ah, dare to ask brother, can you even play with sharks? Why, you are so awesome. No. 0386. Because there are too many times. Everyone. The godlike number 0386 made everyone fall into silence. Even Chen Yang couldn't help laughing. This third brother, hee, what a fool. Although he is disgusting, he can make sick. Chen Yang is very cool. It was Chen Yang's intention to tell the mission and the teleportation. It's not a particularly important thing in itself, because, as time goes by, with the increase of emergencies, there should be more and more tasks. Since everyone will come into contact with it sooner or later, there is no need to keep it secret. If you say it yourself, it can shock everyone a little bit. Such things as prestige are built silently. Number 7. So that's it, I've been taught. No. 888. By the way, brother 4545 just now, what do you want to say to me? At this time, Huang Bin was silent instead. Task. He frowned and began to think. Number 888 will appear on island 4447 because of the mission. So, why did this task appear? There has to be an initiator for this task, right? If this task was initiated by the system, then it should be to let number 888 go directly to island number 4444, and then kill Lu Sheng with one knife, and the job is over. But, he happened to appear on island 4447, so this mission was initiated by 4447. After all, a man who can become the chief financial officer has a very bright mind. At this moment, Huang Bin directly grasped something. Since number 4447 can send missions, why can't I? Chen Yang waited for a while, but the number 4545 did not speak again. The time has just arrived. Sure enough, at this moment, the system's notification tone has already come. Dear Chen Yang, you have completed the task perfectly, let's start sending. At this time, Chen Yang asked. I am also the owner of island 4447 now. If I want to come to number 4447, how should I come here? It would be unrealistic for me to sail here by myself. If I can't come here, then it's meaningless to become the master of island 4447. Chen Yang is waiting, although, no one ever talks to the system. From their time travel to the present, they have always issued announcements and news unilaterally. But after beheading Lu Sheng this time, Chen Yang determined that the island world is also a camp. Since there are camps, there will naturally be managers. That's why he tried to ask questions. Because of your excellent performance, a two-way teleportation point will be set up for you on Island 4447, and you can set up another teleportation point anywhere to achieve the purpose of going back and forth freely. Hearing this news, Chen Yang's spirit was directly shocked. It's not because of the establishment of the teleportation point, but unexpectedly, you really answered me. In other words, this so-called system really has its own will, just like the settings of those previous novels. Is this a good thing? Dear Chen Yang, do you have any other questions? If there are no questions, then the transmission will begin. Chen Yang immediately asked, why did we come to this world? Who are you? What is your purpose? Or, what is our camp? Chen Yang asked a series of questions, but there was silence around him, and there was no answer. But at this time, the light under his feet had already begun to flicker, and it seemed that he was about to start a teleportation to teleport him back. Wait a minute, I want to know, how can I get this teleportation point in the future? Dear Chen Yang, on the 10th day, purchases will be open, you only need to use the corresponding survival coins. Survival coins can be earned through items, and can also be obtained through missions. Chen Yang thought, sure enough, only the most basic questions can be answered. Maybe it's because I'm number 1 on the level list, or because I've completed the Ghost Camp mission Ming's special treatment. If it is someone else, there is no chance to talk to the system at all, right? Seeing that the brilliance of teleportation was about to devour him, Chen Yang hurriedly asked the last question. So, how to issue tasks, or receive tasks? Before the appearance of the mission hall, the appearance of the mission is random. If it is related to the camp, the possibility of the birth of the mission will increase. Your question has been answered. I hope you will work hard to become stronger and continue to improve. Then, the transmitted light completely engulfed Chen Yang. Grr, I returned to the deep sea where I was hunting monsters before. The teleportation is back. This is where I was hunting sea monsters. Looking at the current time, Chen Yang expressed emotion directly. After so many things, it's only been a day. At this time, Chen Yang realized what it means to live like a year. I really miss that. 24 hours and 8 hours are used when sleeping. Forget it, it's useless to think about it. What is needed now is to become stronger and keep getting stronger. Go back to the island first and meet up with Roro. As for Hujichu, there is no need to worry. Before sending it, Chen Yang explained it to her. Now we still have to deal with the matter of ghost revenge first. 0889 outside the island, a fleet of ghost ships appeared. In the dark night, the fire on Island 888 was still shining brightly. Obviously, the surrounding temperature has reached the exaggerated level of -70 degrees, and even ice floes have begun to appear on the sea surface, hitting small icebergs. However, the island is very warm. The hot air emitted by the magma arranged by Chen Yang makes this place as warm as spring. Jian Ru sat on the beach with her bare feet. Cold and hot, it seems that there is only a layer of membrane between them. She was in a daze, and her slightly sensual face was pouted. I'm already level 8, and the big brother hasn't come back yet. Forget it, don't think about it, let's sleep for a while. She was lying on her back, just like that. It's not that she is heartless, but that on Island 888, there is no need to worry about safety issues at all. Because, there is a hard-working tortoise. Moreover, Guigi is also very loyal, and will send residual blood soldiers to let her make up the knife. Enjoying a huge amount of experience points, her upgrade speed is naturally very fast. Dear island owner number 0889, there is a fleet of ghost ships approaching your island, please make preparations as soon as possible. Jian Ru didn't even move her eyelids, pretending not to hear. Anyway, all the things on my island have been emptied, so just go if you want to. The 7th day, 1856. What are you doing? A familiar deep voice sounded, and Jian Ru opened her eyes to take a look. Ah, big brother. She immediately slammed into a carp, and almost hit Chen Yang's head. I'm home, came back. There are not too many emotions, such as passionate hugs, affectionate gazes, etc., none of them. Chen Yang asked directly, what level are you? Jian Ru chuckled and said, I'll show you the property panel directly. Island owner, Jane Ru. Number. Area A10889. Level 8 1,544,677 3,600. Power 199. Physical 265. Agility 233. Spirit 335. Energy durable 201. Exclusive items. Piao Piao Fruit A grade Cold Moon Sword S. Please expand. Are you at level 8? Not bad, not bad. Chen Yang also discovered that, also at level 8, this girl's attribute value was meant to kill Hujiqiu. Moreover, it is much higher. Hujiqiu is not the kind of lazy person with low talent, she also works very hard. However, her initial item Zanpakuto cannot directly affect her physique. From this point of view, the level of the initial item is indeed very huge for subsequent development. Those who got S rank items should be very strong now. Oh, except myself. Chen Yang walked around the island for a while, and at the same time called Mao Dan to come back. Did anything special happen during my absence? Jian Ru rubbed her head and said, it's nothing serious, it's just that there is a ghost fleet going to my island. Chen Yang, you call this all right? He glared at Jian Ru directly. Jian Ru said very casually, then if you don't come back, I will send you off when I go. When you come back, you will naturally help me solve this trouble, won't you? So, what's the use of thinking so much? Chen Yang, what you said is so reasonable, I can't refute it. Okay, pack up, let's go there. The island is very important to an island owner. I seriously doubt that our future promotion, or survival, is inseparable from the island. Jian Ru grabbed a bunch of barbecued meat from the inventory and said while eating. Okay, I got it. Ah, Maodin is back. Chen Yang looked over. Wow, they've grown so big. When the hairy egg just got out of the eggshell, it was just the size of a palm. And now, it's already a small truck. Woo woo woo. Seeing Chen Yang, he stretched his big head over, wanting to rub him. Come here, don't move. Chen Yang's palm pressed against his head, and then he felt it carefully. Dragon blood, it really started to become more mellow. However, there is another blood in the body, and it is gradually waking up. Is this the Xuanwu bloodline? Very strong bloodline power. This little guy can have these two kinds of bloodlines at the same time, it will be immeasurable in the future. Although it's only level 5 now, it's absolutely no problem at level 7. Some island owners with a slightly lower level, in front of him, are Su. Woo. The little guy shook his head, and then made a mysterious sound. Not long after, a few wild monsters came from afar. There is a huge black bear, a giant bull with horns soaring to the sky, and a fierce tiger that puffs out clouds and mist. There are 7 monsters in total. Unexpectedly, they are all above level 7. Moreover, each head has a more or less special bloodline. At this time, the 7 wild monsters squatted directly on the ground, looking extremely tame. This time, Chen Yang was really shocked. This, are you taming? Woo woo woo. Okay, you can actually tame wild monsters, amazing. Chen Yang really didn't expect that our Maodin actually has this talent. Moreover, his eyes are vicious and vicious, so picky. Well done, by the way, I'll eat it for you. Chen Yang took out level 12 meat directly from the storage space. Eat, these are all yours. The promotion and advancement of Maodin mainly rely on flesh and blood food, the better the food, the faster the promotion. Woo woo woo. Mao Dan began to feast, and then he would throw some uneaten food to his subordinates to share. Chen Yang looked at Mao Dan with a smile in his eyes. Mao Dan's talent is beyond my imagination. If it can tame more beasts, then it can form an army of beasts. I have many islands now, and there will be more and more. If you rely on people alone, I'm afraid you can't manage it. Before level 50, CGBC, I can only have one exclusive pet, but with hairy eggs, I have an army of beasts. Not long ago, he said that although that Brahmin San was abnormal, his ability was actually very useful. And now, it is equivalent to possessing almost the ability to control beasts. In the future, pay more attention to Mao Lei's training. Chen Yang no longer cared about Mao Dan, but called Jian Ru over. Okay, Roro, let's set off now. Oh, Jian Ru said. Big brother, are we going to fly over this time? After leveling up, Her Piao Piao fruit ability has been improved, and she has also developed a new way of using it. No, there is a boat this time. Oh, that's fine too, it's so nice to lie down. He took Jianru onto the wavebreaker. This time, girl Jianru was diligent. She said she wanted to exercise herself, so she tied a rope for herself, and then, flied a kite, for herself again. Chen Yang looked at her smiling from ear to ear, and shook his head helplessly. So, she just wants to enjoy the joy of letting go. He opened the chat channel, and there is not much chat information at this point. Wanian Water King 9527 and 0331 sprayed a few words to each other and there was no more. Probably, the 7th day is coming to an end, and it won't be long before the new leaderboard is refreshed. Everyone is working hard to level up. The death announcement calmed down again. That's a good thing. Chen Yang simply closed his eyes and began to meditate. Fantasy Ice Flower is very powerful. When I used it to display the Ice Age, the power that erupted should have exceeded my original limit. As expected of an S-rank item, and it may be an upper-level item in the S rank. However, when I activated it last time, I discovered that the ability of the Fantasy Ice Flower is probably not limited to the ice element. Where are the words, Dream Ice Flower, and Dream, reflected? This needs to be explored. Chen Yang thought again. Originally, this matter has nothing to do with me, but now that this thing is in my hands, then I will definitely be involved in the vortex with Ice and Snow Mountain. At this juncture, the system issued this reward. No matter how stupid Chen Yang was, he would never believe that this was an accident. Just don't know how to get in. I said last time that after the 10th day, I'm afraid something big will happen. For example, the mall is online, and there are mission releases, etc., but now I can be considered to be in the lead. Forget it, Island 889 is coming soon. Although my strength has greatly increased now, I can't be careless and take it lightly. As long as I lose once, I may die. At this moment, Chen Yang suddenly had a feeling in his heart. At this time, Jianru's voice came. Big brother, look. She was floating in the air, her fingers pointing into the distance. After Jianru finished speaking, she tapped on Fujixia with her finger. Then, Chen Yang discovered that the wavebreaker broke out of the water and floated up. Big brother, I'll float for you. Hey, I'm amazing. At this moment, Chen Yang was also shocked by this girl. In such a short time, he has been able to control Piao Piao Guo to this extent. Jianru girl, she is indeed a genius. When the wavebreaker floated to a certain height, the line of sight became wider. Chen Yang saw clearly the scene in the distance. In the distance, near Island 889, there is a new type of warship for ghost pirates. In total, there are 3 warships. From the outside, these warships are indeed much stronger than the previous ones. Both the artillery and itself have been upgraded. And an undead general standing between the battleships was also surrounded by white light. Obviously, it is also the kind of powerful existence whose level exceeds level 10, enough to sweep most of the current island owners. Even for Chen Yang, this should be quite a challenge. After all, it is very normal for the Avenger to be stronger than the original one. But now, he felt that there was no need for him to act. His mouth was trembling, he looked at the cheerful girl Jianru, and said, I am convinced. At this moment, Chen Yang was completely shocked. At the same time, he was completely convinced. Is this the European Emperor girl? This is too powerful. The ghost pirate army is almost wiped out. Except for the leader-level powerhouse who is still struggling. Most of the other ghost pirates are floating on the sea surface, some are already completely cold, and some are still struggling. One word to describe the current pirate army, disastrous. And what made them so embarrassed was not the other island owners, but a big bird. In the low sky, there is a giant bird with gray wings. His size is actually not that big, and his wingspan is just over 30, which is about the same as an ordinary fighter jet. But it is really vigorous. Every time it falls from the sky, it can bring up 2 tornado storms. Its chirping is very sharp, with a strong spiritual impact. And his wing strikes, as well as claw strikes, all carry a terrifying destructive force. Identification technique. Species: Tianyu flamingo. Grade: 12th grade. Attack: Vibrating the wings can produce extremely terrifying tornadoes and whirlwinds. Wing strikes and claw strikes are extremely powerful and have the attribute of flames. Remarks: the current Tianyu flamingo is in a state of rampage, and it seems that it is about to lay eggs. Seeing the result of the identification technique, Chen Yang was slightly taken aback, and immediately thought of the little girl's nest. At this moment, Jian-Ru also thought of this, and then asked, "Big brother, is this bird from my original nest?" Chen Yang nodded and said, "Well, it should be. This girl's luck is simply against the sky. On her island 0889, there are still nests built by level 12 birds. If this bird was there on the first day this girl crossed over, then, needless to say, this girl is definitely delicious food. However, for such a long time, this bird is not at home, and the nest built is a small nest of meat. And now, the ghost fleet that came to revenge came, and this bird happened to come back, and it was the bird that was about to lay eggs. The tornado wind is getting stronger and stronger, and the waves are also violent. And amidst the waves, flames continued to erupt. Obviously, seawater and flames are mutually exclusive, but under the control of this flamingo, water, flames, and storms actually form a special resonance. Chen Yang gradually became quiet. He originally wanted to watch the excitement, and if possible, he would take the opportunity to help them and beat the other side to death. But now, he has changed his mind. People must always have a heart that is good at learning. This undead is obviously very powerful. The weapon in his hand is a bone spear. Because Tianyu flamingo can fly into the sky, he is very passive. But every time it is in danger, it can always support it. And flamingo's control over the power of water, fire and wind is simply perfect. Use the wind to disrupt the situation, use the wind to drive the seawater, and then use fire to kill. Strong, it's really a blessing. Before he knew it, Chen Yang had already simulated it in his heart. This battle lasted for a full 30 minutes. In fact, Tianyu Liehuo has been taking the initiative. He uses his own advantages to continuously consume this guy's life. But, just when it is about to succeed, half of the body of the skeleton general sank into the sea. Suddenly he stood upright. A bone spur shot out of his abdomen suddenly. That terrifying bone spur rose into the air, burning with pale flames. Chen Yang exclaimed, "What a powerful flame." He felt that even if he hadn't strengthened the bursting flame of the burning fruit before, he couldn't compare to this special white flame. White flames, ignoring the watering of seawater. Obviously, just a little bit of sparks touched the claws of the sky-splitting bird, but they immediately started to burn. Sky-splitting bird sank more than half of its body into the sea, but it was useless. Seawater simply cannot extinguish this kind of white flame. Identification technique. Flame. Bone dead soul fire. Characteristics: it is highly incendiary and corrosive to both spirit and matter, and the damage of spiritual burning is double that of material damage. Remarks: try to avoid being burned by this flame. Bone revenant fire. Chen Yang narrowed his eyes slightly, and said, "Sure enough, this small fleet of Soul Island is here to take revenge on me. Then it seems that my guess last time was correct, and I have indeed been famous. At least, since I am in that undead camp, I am already on the list. Forget it, it doesn't matter, let's get rid of this fellow first." Last time, Chen Yang also used Avenger Whisper, and then broke the white circle to let the rules deal with him. But now, Chen Yang thinks it doesn't need to be so troublesome. Chen Yang told Jian-Ru, "Fatty, float here, don't come down." "Yeah, big brother, I'll help you remove the effect, but it's already so high." "Fine." 9 dragons true chi surged out, and the light effect disappeared immediately. In the world of great navigation, the armed color domineering can be immune to the effect of the fruit. This statement may not be accurate, but, from some angles, it is similar. And the effect of Chen Yang's 9 dragons true chi is even better than that of armed color domineering chi. Julong was full of chi, and Chen Yang fell quietly. He didn't use the Sky Dragon's magic, because at this height, the flying ability brought by Yinlong's true energy is enough. Jian-Ru leaned against the railing of the boat, resting her chin with both hands, and said, "Ah, big brother can actually fly, I'm so envious." There is still some difference in her ability to float up and fly as she pleases. On a tilting pirate ship, the undead general holds a bone spear and looks at the falling Tianyu flamingo. A dry voice said. Beast. He is really angry. The purpose of coming here is to log on to island number 889 first, and then find the coordinates of No. 888. According to the news sent back from above, it was the island owner of island 888 who beheaded the spokesperson they had finally found last time. Moreover, this island owner even beheaded the previous undead general. Of course, there is another point. The special weapon, Muramasa Demon Sword, which allows the living and the dead to transform and coexist, has fallen into his hands. Of course, in addition to this, the undead army must also gain a firm foothold here. This is the order he received. However, he never expected that he had just approached this island, and he was naturally attacked by this flamingo of the sky. They haven't even landed on the island yet, so it's going to be a big battle. Up to now, although his fleet is not completely wiped out, it is almost the same. It's a pity that he doesn't know idioms, otherwise he would know a sentence, you die before you leave the teacher. However, as long as I'm still alive, it doesn't really matter. Supplementing the undead has never been difficult. His gaze began to become sharp, and finally, his momentum exploded. It's time to give you the final blow, you idiot. After holding back for so long, I finally seized this opportunity. Suddenly, the flames in the eyes of this skeleton general soared. Crisis. The crisis this time is completely different from the previous attack by the Tianyu Flamingo. Although Tianyu Flamingo is powerful, he cannot be killed in one blow, and can only engage in a tug of war with himself. But now, that is a powerful force that can directly destroy the flame of his soul. Bone Revenant Fire. He unfurls the flames first to make sure he is well defended and ready to attack. Wait, this is number 0888. When the previous generation of generals died, they had sent back the marking data of number 888 by a special method. So, when number 888 approaches him, he can tell right away. Originally, he was still very shocked, but at this moment, he immediately became extremely pleasantly surprised. Okay, it happens to be solved together, my luck, it's really great. Bone Revenant Fire appeared in front of Chen Yang. The scorching temperature directly evaporates the surrounding seawater continuously. However, Chen Yang will not back down. The power of the steel wrist. Fire punch. The crimson flames that burst out from the burning fruit directly wrapped around his right arm. Then, Chen Yang punched him. The white flames and the red flames fought fiercely. 0.0. Okay. General Bone's eyes flashed, looking extremely incredible. Terrible power. Super flame. The message is wrong. This kind of power is completely different from the data feedback he received. You can't defeat me. The last one died because his protective white light was broken, but this time, my protective light has been strengthened. He was about to counterattack again when he suddenly found that the seawater under his feet had frozen suddenly. Then, the ice cubes quickly spread up. Chen Yang frowned slightly, his eyes were fixed, and he spoke slowly and calmly. Fantasy Ice Flowers, Burial of Frozen Flowers. This move is the ultimate move of Shinigami Dongshiro. However, the Burial of Frozen Flowers he unleashed was also a super large attack. In terms of scope, it may not be comparable to the Ice Age, and the destructive power is very terrifying at the beginning. Now Chen Yang has only one enemy, so the range of this move does not need to be too strong. The smaller the range, the more powerful it is. On his body, ice flowers began to appear one after another, slowly blooming. How is this possible? Why yourself, wrinkled? His voice can no longer be heard. The role of guarding the white light is to avoid being discovered by the rules of this world, but it is not a defensive force. So, your real ability should be level 16 or 17. After strengthening the Dragon Ball and getting the Fantasy Ice Flower, Chen Yang's attribute value has been greatly improved. Especially after the Dragon Elephant Prajna Kung Fu became an S-level Kung Fu, combining with each other, his improvement is really too great. First it was a fire fist that was blessed by the strength of the steel wrist, and then ended with the burial of flowers in the sky of ice. Even if it is a level 17 existence, being attacked by Chen Yang can only die of hatred. RJ. Public Channel. Announcement. The island owner number 0888 successfully killed the General of the Dead, and won the Reputation Reward and Survival Coin Reward. My current strength is no longer as simple as killing people across one level and 2 levels. With unlimited enhancements, NB's golden finger, if he just kills one from level 1 to level 2, then Chen Yang is too useless. Especially now, with the blessings of many S ranks. What's more, I can get better and better, but the opponent is still suppressed. Another wave of experience points, comfortable. In addition, this bone-dead soul fire can also be collected. This announcement came so suddenly. After the ban was lifted, no one spoke for a full 10 minutes. On the 7th island, Qin Qingqing has just returned not long ago. Her complexion was a little pale, but there was a look of joy on her face. Finally enough experience points to break through to level 10. Today's progress is half a day faster than she expected. There is no way, the monsters on my island are currently the highest level, only level 8, and they are refreshed once a day. In order to quickly increase my experience value, I have already explored all the nearby islands. This is also the wonder of her wind feather. As her strength continues to improve, her flying ability has also greatly increased. Looking down from a high altitude and looking for other islands is much more convenient. Okay. Beheaded, undead general. The figure she saw during the investigation suddenly appeared in her mind. It is wrapped in white cloth. Although there was no aura emerging, the instinct kept reminding himself, this undead is very dangerous. For this reason, Qin Maoqing didn't even dare to let herself drop below 500 meters. However, such a powerful monster is dead. The undead general mentioned in the announcement should be him, right? No, it can't be wrong. This 888 inches 783 number, you were really too vigorous. Except for the first time when I was higher than him, the distance between me and him now seems to be getting farther and farther. No, 410. Brother FA, what level are you? Tell me, it makes me give up. Have even the fierce 410 bosses started to admit defeat? As expected of a double kill boss. No, 9527, that's my big brother number. 410, he is so awesome, he still has the confidence to catch up with our brother FA. I just want to sacrifice my knees now. No, 1008, you really make me despise you. It's really not a thing to sacrifice your knees every now and then. No, 9527, oh hey, did you come to fight me today? Come on, I'm really lonely if number 0331 didn't come. Are you so amazing? Number 1008, hey, nature is more remarkable than you. On the island of number 9527, a boy was about to get angry and responded directly, but saw a line of words appear silently. I give my ass and everything. No, 9527. I lost, and it was a crushing defeat. Hey, hello, number 0331, are you there? Come out and get sprayed. Hu Jiqiu beheaded another one. It's too strong. I didn't take him away this time when I went back. In fact, Hu Jiqiu could no longer enter the public channel. After Chen Yang helped her complete the task, she was no longer the island owner. Fortunately, she is now the owner of number 0446 island. Moreover, she also obtained her second treasure chest. No, 4545, are you able to get notifications from the system? It's amazing, number 888, it's amazing. He is indeed my hope. If he is willing to help me, I will give him this special A-level item directly. Although, I lost an A-level item, but I also lost endless troubles. As long as you don't become a second or fifth son, everything is easy to talk about. That's it. No, 4545. Brother FA, I have encountered some trouble here, can you come by boat? As long as you can come, no matter whether the trouble is solved or not, I will give you an A-level item. Huang Bin tried many methods, such as praying to Buddha, Bodhisattva, Arhat, Daozu, and Jade Emperor to bless him, and sending himself a task. It also asks God to believe in him. But none of the special meows are useless. I didn't get any response. As a last resort, he directly sent a message in the chat channel. Although, that Iceman hasn't asked himself to do other excessive things. No, 9527. Haha, brother, what is the difficulty? Tell everyone. Well, I want A-level items too. No, 0331. Could it be that you were hunted down by the undead? You can invite me, After all, I am the spokesperson of the holy light. Huang Bin. Please let go of your holy light, thank you, God is that. No. 4545. I also want to ask you for help, but you have no experience, don't you? Island owner number 4545 is releasing a mission. You can designate an island owner, the system will convey your private message, and the information will be kept strictly confidential. Huang Bin. I tried so many times to no avail, but I didn't expect to realize it in this way. Number 0888. Chen Yang didn't read the chat information just now. After beheading this undead, he got 8,000 experience points. Sure enough, beheading an existence of this level will gain experience quickly. In addition, there are 10 survival coins and 50 reputation points. In addition, Chen Yang got his wish and got the Bone Dead Soul Fire. Hehe, this guy feels like an Avenger now. But in my opinion, they are more like delivery food. Now I already have close to 40,000 experience points, and I have become rich again. Then, it's completely possible to upgrade now. It will be the 8th day soon, so you can start upgrading now, otherwise the level may be caught up. As the level increases, the advantages of dollar level items will become more and more obvious. Upgrade. You have consumed 5,500 experience points and successfully upgraded to level 11, and your attributes have improved in all aspects. You spent 8,000 experience points, successfully upgraded to level 12, and your attributes in all aspects have improved. It's level 12. Chen Yang looked at his 5-dimensional value attribute. The improvement in every item is obvious. In this way, 13,500 experience points were directly used. Upgrade to 13 levels. You have consumed 15,000 experience points, successfully upgraded to level 13, and your attributes have improved. Chen Yang let out a long breath. He thought for a while, keep the remaining 10,000 points. To upgrade to level 14, the required experience points have reached 20,000 points. Chen Yang is still very happy with the level promotion. Attributes. Island owner. Chen Yang. Number. Area A 1,886,887,888, 4,447. Talent Unique Hidden, SSS Level, Infinite Enhancement 3. Level 10, 39,385,500. Power, 830. Physical, 970. Agility, 886. Spirit, 1,120. Energy Durability 1320. Reputation 263. Survival Coin 20. Bloodline Thin Dragon Blood. Exclusive items Magma Fruit S Dragon Ball SS Whisper of Avengers S Dragon Elephant Wisdom S Please Expand. Pet Mayodan Lava Sea Turtle A-Level Blood Level 5. Sure enough, the attribute has been improved a lot, it can even be said to be an exaggeration. Chen Yang smiled. Undead generals at level 17 are not enough for me now. The improvement of strength is the guarantee of survivability. Jian Ru floated over, hugged Chen Yang, and smiled sweetly. Big brother, your strength has improved again. Chen Yang nodded. That's right, now that I've reached level 14, I should be the strongest person in the entire A1 area. Chen Yang thought for a while, then looked at Jian Ru solemnly. By the way, Jian Ru, I want to do something to you now. Jian Ru blushed, then nodded. Okay, big brother, come on. After finishing speaking, the girl actually closed her eyes. Jian Ru's heart is constantly beating. In my mind, images kept flashing. Big brother, come on, I'm ready. Chen Yang's hand directly covered the girl's head. Strengthen, Fluttering Fruit. Enhancement is completed. Consume 30 enhancement points, and get S-level Fluttering Fruit. S-level Light and Floating Fruit possess a more powerful ability to change weight, and purify all negative effects at the same time. Jian Ru opened her eyes immediately. Big brother, this is. She felt the change in herself for the first time. My own Light and Fluttering Fruit has actually evolved directly from A-level to S-level. I, too, have an S-rank item. Amazing. Chen Yang smiled lightly and said, it's a secret. Okay. Jian Ru didn't continue to ask. She trusted Chen Yang unconditionally. Big brother look, it. Chen Yang followed the trend and looked over. That sky firebird is not dead yet. The white flame went out. It originally looked majestic and domineering, but it already looked extremely embarrassed. It's going back to its nest. It's going to lay its eggs. The results of the identification technique just now showed that this was a Tianyu flamingo about to lay eggs. The reason why it was so violent and launched an attack on the undead pirates was definitely because it was about to lay eggs. Chen Yang said calmly. The 12th level Tianyu flamingo also has a lot of experience points. Jian Ru tilted her head, and suddenly thought about what happened in 3.9. Big brother, I'll go down there. After finishing speaking, she walked directly towards Tianyu flamingo. Chen Yang instinctively wants to stop it. After all, the Tianyu flamingo in this state may be more dangerous than normal. However, since Jian Ru wants to do this, he absolutely trusts her. Jian Ru is very kind, but also very smart. She will not do something that is irresponsible to her own life. Jian Ru floated up gently, and the sharp eyes of the sky firebird suddenly looked over. As expected of a level 12 monster, even just a glance is filled with extremely powerful mental pressure. However, Jian Ru didn't care at all. There was an extra feather in her palm. 5 minutes later, Jian Ru happily flew to Chen Yang's side, and said sweetly, Big brother, can you heal her? She said she would like to be my exclusive pet. Chen Yang. Huh, that's right. Level 12 Tianyu flamingo, become the exclusive pet of macaque. He doesn't want to ask the specific reason, he really deserves to be the emperor of Europe. Jian Ru, God forever. Now, buy one get one free. Take the old one and get the small one. You received a private message. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.